Alan Stiles is the greatest sports talk host ever. By the time
Of course you would.
By the time, that's what they used to say in class in third grade. By the time it got to the 18th, 19th person, it says Whitey Gleason is the best sports talk host ever.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that happened.
Right.
So
Good example, though.
For all of the aggregation sensations out there, buyer beware.
Yeah.
Buyer beware.
I think that was intended to be a little more pointed than it appears at first blush, but just you might want to put that one in your pocket. There's also these details from Michael Scotto, friend of the show. He was friend of the show, and Alan did something. Michael's like, what are you doing? And I don't know now. Did you hear about that, Jay?
No, nothing.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, Michael, can I do this? Like, no, a private conversation.
No, Scotto and I are boys. It was just, we were just working through a conversation and making sure we were on the same page with information that was being discussed.
Sources tell me there was a massive falling out.
No, I'm about to see him in Summer League. He's my guy. I
literally just shot him a text as I sat down right here, too.
No, he's my guy. Whitey, I shouldn't have even told you that, Whitey. I told you that in confidence.
Whitey.
Whitey.
Bro. Me superseding, not to be like that, but I've been with Mike before he was Mike. So
okay. We're good, Whitey.
We're good.
And I was already good.
Right.
I was already good.
I'm just telling you what sources told me.
There's no riff.
I'm just sharing what I heard from sources.
There is building momentum that I
can't
have no
reveal
beef.
my source, but
I have no beef. All right, don't start with me, man.
Sources tell me.
Yeah.
Growing suspicion.
Sources close to the
There's momentum
situation say they suspect.
Those familiar with the situation.
Uh-huh. Michael Scotto, the Kings and the Hornets had exploratory trade talks surrounding Domantas Sabonis. League sources told Hoops Hype. One framework loosely kicked around included Miles Bridges, Josh Green, and a potential first-round pick going to Sacramento in exchange for Sabonis, sources said. What do we got here, Alan? Do we have something worth talking about today or no?
I think so. I mean, when Sam Amick, and that's why it's so great that we have him on the station once a week, whenever Sam Amick speaks, people listen. And you know what? That is why it is tough, guys. It is tough to break into this news-breaking industry because there's just certain people that you're going to feel as if, hey, that guy doesn't say a lot. So when I do hear from him, I feel good about what it is. And Sam Amick, I'm not saying who is and who's not, but, you know, it's just a different world these days. But when Sam Amick says something, it's normally, or I would say 99% of the time, it gets supported somewhere else.
You're talking about the boy who cried wolf scenario. Sam is not one to cry wolf.
Right. There are a lot of wolves. There's a lot of boys these days.
Or Jazz or Hornet. He doesn't do any of that.
Yes.
Then when he does say something about Charlotte, and pay attention.
I will say this, though, too, guys. Typically, when Sam says something, majority of the time, that means that it's done for now, right?
Boy.
No.
Watch it.
No.
When Sam had too much of the Celsius already.
When Sam normally brings something up, and I've talked to people about this. Come on, Jay. I've talked to people about this at Summer League as well. By the time somebody is when Sam is putting out that report, they ain't talking about it right now per se. That means it's at the very least paused, and they have come to a brief respite in the conversation, and it can come back up.
Yeah, well, he literally said that. You're right.
Yes.
He said Charlotte apparently wants to put it on the back burner till after the draft. By the way, I will say this. I know that when we were first talking last week about Sabonis and Charlotte, I mentioned Evan Siddery has been on the show, and I kind of made fun of him. And he apparently had something on this, so I give him credit. Because I made fun of him, I want to acknowledge that, it looked like he did have some legitimate information there.
So it's a bit of a semantics thing because Evan Siddery said that it went down, that there were conversations happening around the trade deadline. Then it was, I guess, quote unquote, debunked that didn't happen. So technically, he could have still been incorrect that it never happened at the trade deadline.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Technically. But one could assume that if they're having conversations now, maybe something did briefly come up at the trade deadline.
So what do you think of this? If you're the Kings, from the Kings standpoint, what do you think of Let's see here. A deal not imminent appears unlikely before the draft. Sources say the Hornets have some interest in Sabonis. Problem is, it seems the Kings have been hoping to land one of Charlotte's 2 first-round picks, number 14, number 18 this year, numbers 14 and 18. And the Hornets have signaled a desire to retain their picks and discuss Sabonis later this summer. Then we got from Michael Scotto more of a framework of what they had just been throwing around, which involved Miles Bridges. Your guy's got to be part of this, right? Tejan Salon.
He has to be.
Yeah.
It was always meant to be.
Uh-huh.
Tejan Salon. Because that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, hey, because, he was messing around with the Greensboro Swarm. He wasn't really playing that much this season.
He shot the 3-ball a lot better this year, Alan.
He did. He did. I mean, he's your sixth pick in the draft a couple years ago?
I believe that's correct.
In the Devin Carter draft, some people thought it was a bit of a reach.
Some people loved him.
I really did. And if you're the Hornets, that's exactly what you do. Hey, we don't really know where he fits, so maybe we can sell to the Kings, hey, you're getting a 6th overall pick, even though they kind of reached for him. Mm-hmm. I don't believe the Kings will bite on it. I do think this is a decent place for somebody like Tejan Salon to run and to do his thing, but I would assume that Scott Perry would much rather get his own asset and have that control, specifically when it's a stronger draft.
Now, here's something I put together earlier, and I don't believe this applies because I think at least one of these guys is a free agent, but just trying to cobble together what could they do? And this sounds like nothing close to what they were talking about, but just as an example, pardon me, of what you could do. Grant Williams, Terrence Mann, Salon, Xavier Tillman, he's out now because he's a free agent. Sion James, Jabate Connaughton, if the Kings were willing to take them on plus draft capital and they sent out Sabonis, they would the Kings would be sending out $43.6 million. They'd be bringing in $37.9. So there's a little, room there. Plus you would get presumably some draft capital that you liked. And you would get some financial flexibility, and maybe you get a guy in Salon that you think has some upside. So it's doable. A lot of these trades we talk about, Alan, with the Kings' big-name players and big contract players, like, boy, that's awfully tough. This would be doable. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that Charlotte wants to do it, but it wouldn't be that hard to figure something out. It sounds like they're already partway down that road.
Right. It's the same thing, when Sam, I believe, was one of the first ones on the Toronto Raptors. Basically, by the time, Sam gets this info, there had been a stalemate, at least for now. But the information is there because it lets you know, hey, and a lot of times he says it in the article, they'll probably restart these talks in the summer or, for the Hornets, that it's all going to happen after the draft, which I don't know what that means because obviously the Kings want that pick. Mm-hmm. So the Kings might say, well, if I'm the Kings, if I'm Scott Perry, I said, there ain't going to be nothing to talk about after the draft.
This cow may have already left the barn, but I just don't want to overreact to this. I heard Sam's original report described as like a Sam bomb. No, a bomb is like a Woj bomb is like, or a, Shams bomb, whatever. That's like Luka got traded. What? Saying, hey, these teams are talking. That does not constitute a quote-unquote news bomb.
No.
So it's worth looking at, but let's not overreact, although I think it may be too late for that.
Well, there's a difference between, I guess, an intel bomb and then an actual move. Right. Because I don't even, initially a Woj bomb was out of nowhere, a trade happened.
Exactly.
Now this whole thing has...
This is not a trade that has happened. It's a trade that may never happen.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I didn't... Look, everybody is thirsty for content right now and thirsty for new information. So we were just salivating.
Yeah, I know.
We're just salivating. So I get it. It's obviously not any type of Sam bomb or Woj bomb because nothing actually happened. But I will say this. It gives this being out, as we've talked about, hey, the Kings wanting Acuff, what does it help? Hey, the Kings wanting Kingston, what does it help? This does help the Kings because if you're the Raptors, it signals to you, hey, another team that's in a very similar position as us in the East, in the same conference, is going after Sabonis. So if we really want Sabonis, maybe Jakob Poeltl got to chill. Maybe we gotta get, if the Kings are saying no Jakob Poeltl, but we really want to do this deal, it just puts a little bit more on you. It's a bidding war. That's what it is.
It could become that, yeah. That's why I'm guessing that at least some of this came from the Kings.
Yeah. I would
appear to be the most likely source.
I would lock that in.
Yeah.
I would lock that in. Can I get 200, 200, 200? Can I get 300, 300? Sold to the Eastern Conference team that's giving the Kings enough back.
And we discussed on yesterday's episode that the free agent crop of centers this year, it's not great. So any team that wants a center, all of a sudden it's like the value for the centers in this market may be higher. So if the Kings are able to let it be known, hey, anybody wants a center, we're already talking to somebody. There's at least one party that's interested.
Yeah.
Then you just increase that value.
Exactly.
Potentially.
Well, maybe we've been sleeping on Sabonis. You know, the idea that we can get an all-NBA player and not have to give up 2 first-rounders, that's pretty decent value. And he's only going to have, he only has 2 more years left on his deal now. I don't see how that's a bad value play at all. It's just the idea of his value has changed too much. So I'm glad that this came out. I'm glad somebody else is in the conversation, and hopefully the Kings can get back something good for him.
I read somewhere that Miles Bridges was a player that Scott Perry looked at for a long time before he chose Kevin Knox. Might be one he'd like to have back, right?
That was one.
Fairness.
That was definitely one.
Yeah, and it does seem, based on what we think we know, that Scott Perry has his guys, and then later on when he gets a chance to get them, he's very enthusiastic about taking advantage of that opportunity.
I think that's another good point, because we've kind of discussed the fact that Scott Perry loves any player, not any player, but a lot of the players that he liked once before, he'll like again, right? And we kind of, maybe we're playing this up too much. But the idea that he's now interested, there's a deal with the Hornets, and again, he has two teams interested in Domantas Sabonis. Both teams include players that he had some level of interest in or drafted. So this is a real thing. And look, Scott Perry knows more about the basketball world and the industry. He's way more about that than the common man, and I'll put myself into that conversation as well.
You saying Scott Perry knows more about basketball than you?
I think it's close.
I just wanted to know how you were going to
flip a
frame
coin.
that. Yeah.
I think you can flip a coin. I'm kidding, Scott. Scott, I love you. Come on the show, Scott. We love Scott Perry. But he follows me on Twitter. But it does seem like he does have an affinity for guys that he is familiar with, at the very least.
Yeah.
Familiar with.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Those are the numbers if you want to participate on the phone or you want to text us. Let's talk to Pool Guy Mark, PGM on Sactown Sports. What's up, Mark? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
So I've been, poking around my sources, right?
Yeah. The guy at Leslie's, right? He's your source. Yeah.
Come on, Pool Guy Mark.
Listening to the tea leaves in the water. Sounds like maybe Charlotte is offering, these expiring contracts, and maybe I think they have a 2019 pick that's like the worst of 3 teams. One of those deals. I feel like they're offering that, and the Kings probably want one of this year's picks. So my question is, would you take the first deal? Would you take like a 2019 pick, or should we just kind of, obviously you could just kind of let that simmer and see if anything else pops up, so you really don't have to, you don't have to move on a 2019 pick. You got
right.
3 years or 20, I'm sorry, 2029.
I was going to say, unless they're including a time machine, I have no interest in a 2019
hot
pick,
tub time machine.
no matter how high it is.
I'm a decade behind, obviously.
Yeah.
It's getting hot out here, man, right?
I know. Yeah. All right, Mark. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. What do you think, Alan?
I can't if I'm Scott Perry, brother, I don't know. I'm not to go Kyle Shanahan on you, but I can't be talking about no 2029 pick. I need something latest 2028. I can't have a conversation about a 2029 pick. There's so much that can happen. I have 2 more bad seasons. I might be on the chopping block.
Well, if you could not get one of their picks they have this year, excuse me, which is 14 and 18, if they say, no, we're going to keep those, is that a deal breaker? If you're the Kings, you're like, okay, no deal. Thank you.
Give me 2027, because that's the thing. This Charlotte might be decent too. So 2027, 2028, but you're in the teens, or worse, if Charlotte has a really good season. I don't know, Whitey. That doesn't make me feel very good right now. But if you told me straight up, I get but here's the thing, Whitey. The lottery change.
Right, I know.
So that pulls me back in a little bit. If you said, hey, we can't give you 2026. And by the way, Charlotte, they got a bunch of young dudes. What do they need 2 picks for anyway? That on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go, Whitey, if you're giving me 2027 or 2028 unprotected, I'll still do it.
That 2029 is a first-round pick from Utah, Cleveland, or Minnesota, and then there's some protections. It'll be the two most favorable, the 2029 first-round pick, blah, 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 blah. To Mark's point, it sounds like one that comes with a lot of conditions.
No.
So, we'll give you a first-round pick. Really, which one? Well, this one that might end up this way or that. So, yeah, I'm with you, Mark. That's very likely that Charlotte's like, yeah, we'll give you this first-round pick. Nope, not happening. Don't want one with a bunch of conditional things attached to it.
And if I'm reading this correctly, Whitey, I know you have it up. Do the Hornets have 3 first-round picks in 2027?
I think they probably won't because of the way they work out. There's some protections on there. See what I mean?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, and it's pretty convoluted. You got to actually get in there and study them.
Then I need the one that ain't convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 20.
I think
20,
their own. Their own,
yes,
I think, is
clean. Give me 2027 unprotected or get out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would tell them.
All right. How about Javi? You're joining us here on Sactown Sports. Javi, what's up? How's everything in Vacaville today?
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Hey.
So I would do this if I'm Sacramento. I'm going to call Charlotte and say, I need either Terrence Mann or the Frenchman you guys keep talking about, Grant Williams and Josh Green. I take a flyer on Green and Terrence Mann, who are both 25, 26, both guards that can be complimentary bench players. Grant Williams, people don't even realize he looks like he's hella old. He's only going to be 27 going into the season. He'll be 28. A guy that can help defensively, a culture setter, not so much a leader culture-wise, but he can bring what the likes of Iman Shumpert brought in the scorers era. On top of that, I'm telling them I want the 14th overall pick, and if you don't like it, then I'm going to trade him to Toronto. And the reason why you tell them 14 or bust, because you get the last pick in the lottery, and the worst comes to worst, Josh Green and Terrence Mann / the Frenchman don't work out. Grant Williams' expiring contract. You essentially traded Tyrese Halliburton for the last pick for another lottery, or the last pick in the lottery. So a lottery pick for a lottery pick, essentially, when you get rid of Sabonis for Halliburton. And if they're like, no, we'll trade you a pick next year and or 2 picks, then I want the Dallas pick that's top 2 protected, and I want Miami's pick. But I don't think they're going to trade 2 picks in 27. I think it's more practical to get the 14th pick this year because they need a center. And if they don't have the center now, would you rather then lose Sabonis to Toronto if you're Charlotte? Or would you rather give the 14th pick? Because like you said, the 14th pick is not going to contribute the way that Sabonis would. The Kings, with the likelihood of Josh Green, Grant Williams, and Terrence Mann, and or the Frenchman, because that's the only way the salaries would work out. They had the same salary, Terrence Mann and the Frenchman. I can't pronounce his name. And the 14th pick for the Kings, you get the guard at 7. You get the best player at 14, the best player available in the draft at that time. You take a flyer on 2 younger guys that are 25, 26. Grant Williams can help you defensively. And 2 of the 3 are all expiring contracts, and Terrence Mann is on a team option. And if you had the Frenchman, you get what you want, Styles. He's 20 years old in his 3rd year. Kick the tires on him and see if he can play, and or if you resign Precious Achiuwa.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Thank you, Javi. I think it all hinges on that demand from. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. I know you spent a lot of time on that. Depends on how much demand is really there from Charlotte. If Charlotte's really interested, you got something. If they're like, then you just don't have a lot of leverage with the Hornets. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, they are the perfect team.
Say his name for Javi, would you?
Tejan Salon.
Yeah,
Tejan Salon. They are the perfect team because they have so many expiring contracts, right? So Miles Bridges at 20, basically 23 mil. Grant Williams, he's expiring.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Green, who's also expiring. I don't know what they're going to do on the court to help you, but it doesn't really matter. I got another flyer though, Whitey, and you might pull me back in on this one.
I would never do that.
Okay, so if they say, hey, all we can do is that crazy or that whack 2029 pick, and I get it. It's to the point now where you can't give up all your guys. You have to have enough money to make a move. But if you said, hey, we can't do the first rounder, but we can do that, that bad 2029, and we'll also throw in from UConn a year ago who didn't get to play very much. He went 29th. We'll also throw in Liam McNeely, 6'7", 20 years old. So you'll get 2 young guys in Tejan Salon and Liam McNeely, both 20 years old. I'd probably do it. Because if I'm Scott Perry, and
so
I know
don't want the Miles Bridges is not part of that deal.
I think he'd have to be.
I think
he has to be for the money. But if they said, "Hey, we ain't doing a first, we're not doing a straight first rounder," and who knows? We don't know how much. It's easy for us to say, "Hey, if you don't like it, we'll go to Toronto." And I know I said that too, but Toronto, we don't know how much Toronto. Jakob actually played pretty decent towards the end of the season.
If Charlotte is really interested, you got something cooking.
You're right.
It's a little early for what's cooking, but you got something cooking.
Yeah,
it's
a late
lunch. If Toronto's
lunch.
not, then
it's a late lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So if it were me, right here, Whitey, I would do. You obviously want that pick, but if they won't do the pick, you say, look, man, Miles Bridges, Josh Green, Liam McNeely, Tejan Salon. If they refuse to do a first. Okay, so I don't want anyone saying, yo, Allen's tripping. He wants Tejan Salon and Liam McNeely. I'm saying if they say, hey, we ain't giving you a first. We're going to give you a bad one in 2029, which probably won't convey.
That would be the less favorable of Utah, Cleveland, and Minnesota 6 through 30. They also have their own picks, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Right.
We know about 26.
So we're going to do that, but then we'll also give, because it gets to a point where, like I said, their roster, I don't know how much time Tejan Salon is going to get. I don't know how much time Liam McNeely's going to get. They both were with the Greensboro Swarm, and I know Liam went late in the first round last season, but, he's from UConn. You got winner's mentality. So I would take those 4 players and a bad 2029 and say, you can't play those dudes anyway. So you don't want to give me the pick from this season, either of those picks, but you're going to keep your young players. If you're going to keep your young players, give me the pick.
It also depends on how anxious you are to move off of Domas when his value is the lowest it's been in years.
Right.
You can see how Charlotte could say, the guy's hurt, didn't play that much last year. We're not going to give you a first-round pick this year.
And I got some real intel here, fellas.
Real intel?
No, this is real intel.
All right.
And
Matt George just texted Allen.
Tejan Salon wouldn't mind Sacramento to be close to his sister Janelle, who plays for the Valkyries. Now, when you get family,
wow. Is that intel, Jay?
You guys want to guess who that's from?
I told myself I'm going to be better, man. I stepped away for a couple weeks. I'm going to just come back. And I don't want to jump on Allen's spinal cord. So do your thing, Allen.
No, it was from our guy Ramsey. It was from our guy Ramsey. But I did, hey, when I'm with family, friends, you feel more comfortable, Whitey. You feel more familiar.
Like when Ramsey texts us. Ramsey's like family.
That's right. So you get him out here. He gets to kick it with his sister right down the road on 80.
By the way, when we started this conversation, the Nationals were beating the Giants 2-0. What's the score right now?
I got my eyesight. It's a little blurry. I'm not sure. It's the Celsius. I can't really see.
Washington is lining up to kick the extra point, leading 6-0.
And did I say the 6th inning? That can't be right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this on delay? Is this from yesterday? The right game. We got.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off track there, but I just was noticing. We have it on. I'm looking at 2-0. Whoa, 6 spot.
Come on now
for the Nats.
Yeah, they're about to sweep. Good on them. Your boys. That's your boys who got who gave them.
Yes,
their whole crew.
Yes, it is.
C.J. Abrams and James Wood. James Wood, real quick. I'm watching this brother James Wood play baseball. He might be the most underrated, and I know he's a stud, and I know he was a top prospect. Whitey, this guy might be the most underrated player in the league.
Not for long.
He's 6'6", hitting bombs, stealing bases out of right field.
Yeah,
honestly, Whitey, he does have a Aaron Judge-ness to him. I'm not saying he will be that, but it's pretty ridiculous when you watch that dude and how big he is out there stealing more bases than the whole Giants organization.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say on that.
All right, we got a lot more on Domas and what may or may not happen with him. When we come back, Knicks fans should consider their team lucky. And we'll look at this whole foul discrepancy thing. Is that really one of the subplots of these NBA finals? We'll tell you why it really shouldn't be. Next, Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Come for the sports talk. Stay for the food critiques.
They make such a big deal out of Whataburger and their little spicy ketchup. Whataburger is the Big Lebowski of fast food hamburger joints. And In-N-Out Double-Double is the Shawshank Redemption of fast food burgers.
And the movie reviews are an added bonus. your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson here with Golf Fitness Solutions. If you want more distance, less pain, better mobility, and a body that holds up for 18 holes, come see us. We're expanding in Carmichael, and you're invited to our grand opening party on June 13th from noon to 4. Tour our new space, meet the team, try the simulator challenge, see if you can make a hole-in-one, and learn how golf-specific training, stretching, massage, and assessments can help your game. Call 916-802-5175 or visit us at golffitnesssolutions.com for more information.
You can buy golf clubs anywhere, but buy clubs that fit the shelf instead of your swing. That's why Hagen Oaks offers total game fitting. TrackMan dials in your driver and irons. Ping's Ball-Namic Ball Fitter finds your perfect golf ball. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And FootJoy's 3D foot scanner matches you with balance and stability. Whether you're a beginner or accomplished, your best game starts with the right fit. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Better fit, more fun. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Join the Sactown Sports this Friday from 2 to 4 at Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn, for crazy deals on tools and the chance to win a pair of X Game tickets.
Remember the days of real country music? Now you can get your favorite classic country every day on 105.1 HD3 The Ranch. Listen to The Ranch on the free KNCI app or anytime at 105.1 HD3.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whoa. Okay. This one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Huh. The T-Mobile one says their customers had the lowest wireless bills versus the other big guys over the past 5 years. And their latest experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now or...
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now and keep your phone, and T-Mobile will pay it off up to $800.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges up to $800 with new account qualifying unlike device credit service ported 90-plus days with device and eligible carrier and timely redemption required. Virtual MasterCard typically takes 15 days. No cash access and expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level. Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Law Murray's going to join us at 3 today. I always look forward to that. Ray Ratto at 4:30. Alan and I worked with Ray in the Bay. And I know at the Defector, he does some running for the Defector. He wrote about that travesty of a baseball game the A's played a couple nights ago against Milwaukee. The A's prevailed last night, but looking forward to talking to Ray about whatever that was. Maybe we'll talk to him about the Giants as well, but the Giants coming back with Chapman going yard, cutting it to a 5-run deficit.
They love to do that once the game is over. That's their favorite thing to do.
They got a pretty good crowd there again today, don't they?
I saw it. I mean, school's out, right? So day game, no school. That's perfect pickings for the Giants. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful out there.
Hey, believe it or not, they did not have a full house in Vegas last night for the A's and the Brew Crew.
Again.
No sellout.
Was it less or about the same?
Fewer. About the same, but it was fewer.
That's
what they said.
Yeah. Last night, that's what we talked about, Stanley Cup Finals, too. That was yesterday. And well, see, guys, bad omen. A's are in town. Vegas Knights lose. Now the series is tied 2-2. You telling me that's not connected?
Speaking of watching stuff on TV, I was watching some of the game last night, NBC Sports California. Alan actually watched the first episode of Cape Fear.
Watched it last night. Woo! Very creeped out.
Okay.
And this is, I don't know what it is, but when we turn the TV off, my wife books it upstairs. Like, I'm making sure the doors are locked, turning on the alarm. So when we watch something scary, I'm like, yo, can you chill? Like, just chill down here for 2 seconds. And it's not scary. It's just creepy thriller type deal. So, all right, let's get to bed. Turn the TV off. Whitey, I look back and I hear, and the house would be a little creaky. I hear her going up the stairs. So I got to lock up, and I'm just solo bolo. And I'm making sure, because when you get cats, they make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Right. And they're the worst during a scary movie. I'm just checking, where are you?
Yeah.
Like, sit down.
Right.
Sit down. So it's I only watched the first episode, off to a great start. The whole crew that they have, very star-studded show. Scorsese is a part of it, and Spielberg. It's like a combo type deal.
I know Amy Adams is
she's she's the main character, so it's a good one.
One time I was watching TV with my mom at our house in Vallejo. I think we were the only ones home. And when my brother used to joke about, the house is haunted. That's what all kids do. But we're sitting there, and we're in their room watching TV in my parents' room. And I hear someone walking down the hallway. You know that sound. It's not like a thing. It's like you hear someone walk down the hallway. And I turn to my mom. Did you hear that? She's like, no, I didn't hear anything. Mom, did you hear that? I didn't hear anything. And then, like a year later, whatever it was, I said, man, you didn't hear that time somebody walked down the hallway? She goes, oh, I heard. She said, I heard that.
See?
We don't know what that was, Alan.
Yeah, man. I can't do it. I can't. And normally, because like I said, it's not a scary movie. Because I'll watch scary movies. It's just got to be in the daytime. I watch the scary movies in the daytime. I can watch them.
Okay.
But nighttime, even if it's getting close to dusk, turn that thing off.
But this is not to spoil anything. I haven't seen it. It's not supernatural, right? It's just kind of a thriller, a psychological thriller.
Yeah, not as of right now. Basically, Amy Adams is a lawyer, and the person that she was representing gets out, and it's proven after 17 years that he was actually innocent. That's the only thing I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she represented him.
I see.
So now is he trying to get his get back or what?
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Hopefully we'll have a thriller on TV tonight, Alan, when the NBA Finals resume. Knicks fans should consider themselves and their team lucky. Knicks fans were so upset about Wemby. And not only is he drawing pictures, but he threw down Jalen Brunson, and they missed the foul, and he should be suspended, and he should be fined. No upgraded penalty for Wemby, okay? But here's why Knicks fans should consider their team lucky. The NBA was also looking, according to reports, at players coming off the bench for the Knicks after that Cornette-Hart exchange. You are not allowed to come off the bench to join a fracas. And there were several Knicks players that came out onto the floor during that, whatever it was. So, and the league decided, play on. Boy, David Stern, there were series that were determined by people doing that.
Yeah.
And I think the Knicks and the Heat were a famous one. So anyway, yeah, no additional penalties for Wemby, but also no penalties for the Knicks, who came out onto the floor during a little dust-up, which is verboten.
Whitey, how can you be the same person that didn't want Wemby to get it upgraded to a flagrant, but you're going to talk about being on the court?
I'm just saying, I'm with you. We'll have it one way, we'll have it both ways. Knicks fans trying to have it one way. Wemby should be fine, but what the Knicks players did, that's okay. I'm just saying, no, it's a play on both ways. We'll see in Game 4.
No, that on-the-court stuff is so stupid to me.
Maybe, but it's literally a rule, and it's very black and white. It's very clear.
But it's not clear because a lot of times they don't even follow through with it.
Well,
I feel like they just ignore it.
Yeah,
because if it matters, cool, right? If it's I can't remember what movie or show it was back in the day, and I think for some reason it was The Coach, because obviously it wasn't actually in the NBA. But the team is about to win.
The movie Eddie, when Whoopi Goldberg coaches the Knicks?
No,
Okay,
but the team is about to win a game, and the coach has a toe on the court. And the ref says, no, you can't have that toe on the court, and the other team gets the ball and wins. Like, that's the type of stuff we're talking about here.
No, Alan, the NBA has a long history of enforcing that. I'm fine with them not enforcing it. I'm just saying, Knicks fans, you should consider yourselves lucky.
No.
That when the league looked into Wemby, they also looked at, whoa, it was like 2, 3, 4 guys coming out on the floor for that. You can't do that. And they decided, we're good.
It matters.
I'm glad they did.
It's all based on intent.
Was the movie, is it He's Just Not Into You, or How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, where the Knicks and the Kings play in the finals? You ever heard of that movie? I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Those movies that you combine together, yes.
Yeah. I don't know why I think of them as the same movie, but apparently they're not.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Logical Raptor says, Alan needs his nighty light.
Yep.
I don't need I'm just saying. Can you chill? We can just walk upstairs together. Now I'm out here. That's all. That's all it is.
You never know when a cat's going to come around the corner.
No, I make sure. Where are you? Right there on the couch? Okay, cool. Let me go lock up, put the alarm on, do what I got to do.
Yeah. He's right. Night lights help. Get some night lights.
I don't need a night light.
It sounds like you do if you can only watch scary movies in the daytime.
I just prefer. I watch them in the theater.
That's no fun.
I watch them in the theater if it's daytime. So it's dark in the theater.
Yeah. But at home, if you're going to watch a scary movie, it's no fun watching at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I have plenty of fun. I have plenty of fun that way.
One more thing real quick here on the foul discrepancy, because we know Mike Brown wailing and complaining about the foul discrepancy. This is a fact. During the regular season, the Knicks were 24th in the league in free throw rate. And the Spurs were number 1, according to John Hollinger, at keeping teams off the line. So you got the Spurs that keep teams off the line. The Knicks don't get to the line very often. So it's quite common that in this series, we're going to see the Spurs shoot more free throws than the Knicks. Why? Because that reflects the styles they play. So I don't want to hear about, oh my goodness, the Spurs are shooting more free throws. This is terrible. That's probably going to happen.
That's it. I don't know. That feels like the Lakers conversation we've had about the Lakers where, remember a couple of years, actually it was that Beam Team season where the Lakers had that crazy discrepancy and, they were saying, well, we drive, the Warriors don't drive. They're a jump shooting team. So, I get it. But we know what we watched, Whitey. We know what we watched.
Well, you watched this, whether you know it or not. The Spurs in the 3 games have been called for 20 fouls, 21 fouls, and 23 fouls. The Knicks have been called for 23 fouls, 23 fouls, and 23 fouls. So, yes, 4 more fouls have been called on the Knicks in 3 games than on the Spurs. 4. I rest my case. Let's play basketball. Now, I hope that number goes up as far as the Knicks foul shooting and the Spurs fouls when the Spurs start hacking Mitchell Robinson. That's what I'm waiting for. That's going to skew the numbers a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why they're saving it like it's a secret weapon or something.
It is.
Okay.
We haven't even needed it yet, Alan.
We'll see.
Has the road team ever won the first 3 games of the NBA Finals before? We're back with that and more on Sabonis and potential trades next on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
The Steel City comes to town as the A's host the Pittsburgh Pirates for a thrilling 3-game series starting Monday, June 15th. Kick off the week with an exciting Monday matchup, followed by special theme nights and exclusive ballpark giveaways all midweek long. Don't miss your chance to catch rare interleague action right here in Sacramento, where the A's take on the Pittsburgh Pirates starting Monday, June 15th. Get tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
At Folsom Chevy, they're making it easier to get a new truck. From how you're treated to sweet new deals. Swing by the Folsom Auto Mall, ask about their incredible new finance offer on every new 2026 Silverado half-ton truck in stock. Folsom Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Injured at work, slip, trip, or a heavy object fall on you? Fareed Guptill, Esquire at DTLA Law Group fights to get you paid while you recover. Don't wait. Protect your rights today. Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit calldowntown.com now. That's Injury Help to 40222. Text rates may apply. Office located at 560 Santa Fe, Los Angeles. Results or outcome may vary. No attorney-client relationship is implied. Visit them at calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
A lot of people reacting here to the news that apparently the Kings have talked to the Hornets about Sabonis. A lot of people reacting to the news that Allen, he doesn't like to watch scary movies when it's dark. So
no, look, got Kylito on the text line. Ha ha, my wife's comfort is scary movies. Only I look over and she's asleep. And now I'm over here trying to fall asleep and I'm the scared one. See, I got you, Kylito. They play us, man. She runs upstairs.
Does she run upstairs because she's scared, or
I think she's just out.
Yeah.
She just does not lollygag.
Mm-hmm.
She says, hey, you can take care of it.
She's a working mom, right?
Yeah.
So she doesn't have a lot of spare time.
Right. Hey, you're a big boy. You can take care of it. I'm like, yeah, you just.
Yeah, I'll do. Whoa.
Gone. As soon as it, doom, TV off, gone, man.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gone. So Cape Fear is a good one. It's a good one. And you can watch it at nighttime. It's borderline.
There's no monsters or ghosts.
No. You can watch it at nighttime.
Alan, has the road team ever won the first 3 games of the NBA Finals before?
Probably.
You're right. It has happened before. You're on the money. 1993 NBA Finals. Excuse me. That was the Bulls over the Suns in 6. In that series, the road team won game 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Home team won 1 game in that series.
Wow.
1 game. So what does that mean for this series? I don't know. And you made this point, I just feel like, I don't know that home court is really as much of an advantage anymore that we think it is, at least in this series.
I was thinking about this, actually this morning, more about our conversation about home court. And I also thought of it this way, Whitey. It's one thing to have home court. It's another thing when your home court is the biggest stage in basketball. Because if you have guys that are looking, that number one, are just not scared, and number two, are looking to build their legacy, there's no better place to do it. So it's not the same as if home court was Detroit, or if home court was, Boston's a little different, but I'd even throw Boston in there. When you get to go on the road, but you get to go to Madison Square Garden and put your name out there in the mecca of basketball, as they call it, that changes what home court looks like. That's not the same as if you had to go to Charlotte, right? Or if you had to go to Cleveland. It's just not the same. So I do think that helps the Spurs, because they've shown time and time again they ain't scared of nothing. And then they get to put their names in the bright lights and do it in Madison Square Garden. It's almost like a theater, or it's almost like like the Giants like to purchase. It's almost like a theater, or just a venue versus a home court that's specifically catered to that home team.
I think most people in this area seem to be rooting for Mike Brown and the Knicks, don't you? And just looking at the chat, I get the sense most people are rooting for the Knicks, or they're rooting against the Spurs and De'Aaron Fox.
I've seen some Spurs fans pop up, and we know they're out there from when the Spurs were in town. But, and they get, people get quiet when the team isn't winning. Yeah. I'm sure if the Spurs win tonight, the Spurs Kings fans will pop up tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I picked the Spurs. We'll see. But if the Knicks win tonight, the Spurs are in they're facing dire straits.
Right. Which is weird because
the walk of life, dire straits for you.
What that's what makes this game so important on both sides, and I'm very excited to watch. As much as I would have loved to see De'Aaron get that sweep or get swept, the fact that they won does make this game that much more fun to watch, because now both teams, both sides are that desperate. The Spurs, like you said, you can't go down 3-1.
No.
But the Knicks, because you will lose home court. Everything you worked for the first 2 games of the series
squandered
will
away.
Be gone. So
if you lose, frittered away.
So who is more? It's not that the Knicks better be desperate, because you will lose home court if you lose tonight.
Look at ESPN right now. How much of an advantage is home court right now? Everyone just listens to our show, and then that's where they come up with their ideas.
The Knicks, home or away, they haven't. Besides what was it, the first game, a true run, right? Just have a nice true run where you blink and you're up 12, 14, something like that. The Knicks didn't have that once. Did not have that once at home. And, maybe tonight's the night. They haven't been able to, at least the Spurs, they might have blown those games, but they did utilize home court early on, which is when it truly matters. The Knicks did not do that once a couple nights ago.
Alan, getting back just for a moment to the Sabonis situation, the Sabonis discussions. Let's say you were able to pry the 18th pick in this draft from Charlotte for Sabonis. Forget about what the rest of it would be. Who would you be looking at there at 18?
At 18?
Yeah, in that range.
Oh,
How good of a player could you even get? at 18.
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked me this. And look, maybe it won't matter, right? Because we don't know who is going to get traded or not. But at 18, Whitey, you got a couple. I don't think Cameron Carr, who had an outstanding a couple months ago at the Combine, I don't think Cameron Carr will be there at 18, but I like Cameron Carr. I haven't fully grinded film, but I like Dalen Swain. I do like him out of Texas, 6'7", Jay's school, can shoot it. I like Dalen Swain, but here's the problem though. At 18, that's probably too early because I would just take my guy, Allen Graves.
Yeah.
That'd be maybe a little too early for Allen Graves, but that's really who I would take.
There's also something that's been thrown around on X about how, we know the Kings have had conversations with OKC about moving down to 12 and 17. I did not know that. I don't think we do know that.
No.
I mean, someone can say that because maybe they thought they knew that, but I don't think we know that.
We know that, I guess it's been, again, going back to the aggregation sensation, that it's been somewhat reported that OKC was interested or is interested in moving up, and the Kings have the 7th pick, but I don't know that it was ever discussed that the Thunder were interested in the Kings' 7th pick.
Right. Yeah. As far as I know, we don't actually know that. Perhaps the person who posted it does know that.
Yeah.
But I don't think we know that right now.
Right. So, that's something that's going to continue to float around. Heinz Steinbach, I know he's out of Washington. I guess they say Whitey.
Is his name Heinz?
Or is it Hans or Heinz?
I think it's Hans.
It's Hans. Did I say Heinz?
Yeah.
It was Stein.
You're thinking of ketchup.
Yeah, it's Hans Steinbach.
I think
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, 34% from three. I got to be honest, have not grinded his film that much just because I didn't expect the Kings to be in that range.
You get home late and it's dark, you don't want to grind any film because it's dark.
Well, it's not scary. I can watch stuff. So watch the Law and Order at night.
Honey, could you come here? I want to grind tape and it's dark. I don't want to be doing that by myself.
Can you just leave the light on? just leave the light on. It's fine.
Yeah, the whole key to the Sam Amick report is that the problem, for now, it seems, is that the Kings have been hoping to land one of Charlotte's 2 first-round picks. The Hornets have signaled a desire to retain their picks and discuss Sabonis later in the summer. That's the one thing that I will say about all of this Sabonis discussion. It sounds a lot like what we heard last year with Sabonis and fill in the blank, Toronto. It's like the Kings would like to do something. The other team's like, yeah, we're not that interested. We're just not that into you.
Yeah, they're just still looking to find someone who's going to give them a first round. They just haven't been able to find somebody to give them some version of a first rounder for Domantas Sabonis.
The Real Buddha says Hans is a beast. Good Sabonis replacement.
I'm watching him now. He got more wiggle than Nate Ament. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, that's one thing we can just completely disregard, right?
What part?
This whole, Nate Ament. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Nate Ament, the Kings doing due diligence on Nate Ament.
I mean, that's due diligence.
Let's not get carried away.
No, right. But due diligence is just that, due diligence.
Right.
You got to call on everybody.
Everybody. You got to do your due diligence. That means you're looking at everybody.
That's right.
But see, that gets aggregated out, and then all of a sudden people are going, hey, I hear the Kings are looking at Nate Ament. Well, they are not.
Well, they're looking at everyone because they don't know. It's the NBA draft.
Yes, sir.
Okay? It's the NBA draft. But this Hans, I think we need to get back in that draft, Whitey. One way or the other.
Working on it. More on the draft. Law Murray from The Athletic. He's got some fascinating numbers on the NBA Finals, and he's got to look at what's going on in the draft, specifically as it relates to the Clippers, who picked 2 spots ahead of your Kings. Law Murray next on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Products, batteries, lasers, hand
Your
tools,
calendars,
outdoor
because MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is landing at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Witness nearly 100 of the world's best athletes compete in skate, BMX, and Moto X events, and catch live music performances by global electronic music icon Cascade on Friday night, and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard, and electronic music producer and DJ Subtronics on Saturday night. Don't miss MoonPay X Games. Lock in your tickets now at xgames.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back. Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on Bear Tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
About this in a few moments here. He was the first one that I know of who wrote about this. Jalen Brunson, when he's been on the floor in the NBA Finals in this series. Alan, I'm sure you saw this. The Knicks have been outscored during Brunson's time on the floor in the Finals.
It's pretty crazy.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I sent that to you.
That's where I heard it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I know Brian Windhorst was saying that the Spurs had SGA and HE double hockey sticks for a good bit of the series, and it seems like Brunson is too, and specifically Stephon Castle been locking him up a little bit.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's the first one who shared that with everybody. From The Athletic, Law Murray. How are you today, Law?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to when we get tonight, Game 4.
Absolutely. We were just talking about the factoid that you shared. Brunson is they're underwater when he's been on the floor in this series. What is the significance of that? The fact that the Knicks have been outscored in the finals during Brunson's time on the floor.
Well, I have a new story out at The Athletic. It's out this morning, and I go deeper into that because, social media is a hobby for all of us, man. I mean, some people get paid off of their blue checks. I used to have a blue check. I ain't got that joint no more ever since the site went downhill.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But shout out to The Athletic because I got a job. You know what I'm saying? They got blue checks and whatnot, and I just get a chance to write and have my stories out for everybody who is interested in reading those stories. And maybe some people who are not interested, they just get it on the notifications. And what you're really seeing in this series, the most consistent part of the series is that the Spurs have taken a double-digit lead in each one of these first quarters. And Jalen Brunson has dominated the ball to begin all of these games, and it is going poorly for the Knicks. I mean, Jalen's taken twice as many shots in the first quarters as the next two Knicks combined, and that's really bad when we're talking about a player who has only made 5 of those 22 shots. I mean, that's not survivable, at least to begin games. Now, fortunately for New York, they have shown that once Jalen goes to the bench, they're able to overcome those double-digit deficits that they've been put in. That's stressful. And this series has been stressful. All 3 of these games have been clutch time. Jalen was a big reason why they won Game 1. He played great in the last quarter and a half of Game 1. Game 2, they blew a lead. New York blew a double-digit lead. And if it wasn't for Victor Wembanyama having one of the worst last minutes of a close game in the finals in recent history, then this series might be 2-1 Spurs instead of 2-1 Knicks. You saw Game 3, New York could not overcome being in the second hole that they were put in after halftime. So what you're seeing is when the Knicks have Jalen Brunson dominate the ball, the Spurs are enjoying those times. But the Knicks have done well for themselves because they have outplayed the Spurs when Jalen has been on the bench.
Law, getting back to Game 3, what did you think? Whitey and I went back and forth on Mike Brown just kind of doing the thing that coaches normally do if a free throw disparity doesn't look great. What did you think of the free throw disparity? Was it a nothing burger? Was it Mike Brown just doing what coaches do? I think once a finals, some coach complains about something. What did you make of it?
You got to do it as the head coach. You have to protect your team. You don't want your players to go out there and feel like their coach doesn't have their back. You also don't want your players going out there and taking matters into their own hands. You want to shine a light on things. You don't want to make excuses for your team or disrespect the other team. And I thought Mike Brown towed the line on all of that really well. It's a different officiating crew every game. These are the best officials by somebody's measure in these finals. So you have to do that. Now, the best thing Mike Brown did is acknowledge that the Spurs beat him. And that is important because when it comes to the free throw line, the San Antonio Spurs have won the free throw line consistently this season. And it's not as much about the free throws that they get. I mean, they were pretty good getting to the free throw line as an offense. But the bigger thing is, and I know fans don't understand this as much, the Spurs were the best team in the entire NBA at prohibiting free throws, defending without fouling specifically. And why do you do that? Because it helps to have the literal Eiffel Tower under your rim consistently. And then you have these physical, athletic, active defenders on the ball and off the ball. The Spurs they also don't go for turnovers. They don't really try and take the ball from you. They're not the kind of physical where they are, let's say the Detroit Pistons, for instance. Those dudes, they were the worst team in basketball this year when it came to keeping teams off the free throw line. But on the flip side, the Pistons took the ball from you better than any team in the NBA, including the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that's the thing. It's like, I hate it when people say, oh, everyone plays the same, this, that, and third, people get away with stuff. It's like the regular season matters because you see how teams have established how they're going to play over the course of a respectable sample size. San Antonio has done that, it's not a surprise that the Knicks are losing the free throw line, and the most they can do is yap about it before the game starts.
Law Murray, nice enough to join us from The Athletic, one of our favorite basketball writers. Wanted to turn our attention to the draft, of course. Law, what's your best guess here? I know nobody really knows for sure. The people that are actually going to be picking in some cases may not know for sure. But do you think Acuff will be there if the Kings are still picking at the 7 spot?
I think the Kings might want to hop the Nets. You might want to move up. I think Darius Acuff is the kind of player from the point guard position that could be special, specifically for a team that doesn't have that kind of player. Like, for instance, the LA Clippers, a team that I cover, obviously, they had the 5th pick. Yeah. And in a vacuum, Darius Acuff, I feel like, would be the right selection there, except that you already traded for Darius Garland, a 2-time All-Star in his 20s, in his prime, under contract for the next season and the year after that, who is just happy to be playing for Tyronn Lue. I don't feel like it's the best fit, even if Darius Acuff might, and oh my goodness, if I can italicize, bold, underline, might be the best player. It's close there, you know. So you've got a logjam after the top 4. I think the top 4 are going to be spoken for. Yeah. There's nobody on those existing teams to make you think that those teams are going to skip on Caleb Wilson, Cam Boozer, Darren Peterson, and AJ DeBanza. Obviously not in the order that, you know, we're talking about as far as who's drafting where. So I think the Clippers might be open for business. I don't think the Clippers would be enthusiastic about trading with the Kings per se. And so I think that's where things get interesting. What would the Kings do to try and move up, and what would it take to move up? I think, yeah, it would be nice for the Kings to get Acuff, but I think the Nets would like Acuff too, in case he doesn't go to the Clippers.
Talking to Law Murray here. Law, I just got to clarify, because we're going to get you up on our YouTube as we always do. And while you were talking, Giants are playing the Nationals, and Chapman hit a home run, and I rolled my eyes because they're down 9-2. So for anybody watching on YouTube, I was not rolling my eyes to Law Murray. I was now they're hitting home runs.
Meaningless home run.
Yes, that's what it was, Law. So I have to be clear for anybody watching that on YouTube that you're giving us great stuff, and I got to watch this disaster out here in the north, in the north, Law. But real quick before we continue on with the draft talk, I said this to Whitey, and he kind of laughed me out the building, and Jay basically did the same thing, Law. But is it crazy to say that Karl Anthony Towns, I know he didn't have a great game in Game 3, but is it crazy to say that Karl Anthony Towns, and how, funny enough, Mike Brown is using him, could that help how teams view Domantas Sabonis and his value? Maybe a bit of a reminder, hey, this is what you can do with this guy?
I don't think so. I don't agree. I saw Domantas Sabonis in a playoff setting. Mike Brown saw Domantas Sabonis in a playoff setting. I mean, I just don't think Domantas is as nearly as dynamic a player. And it comes down to Domantas is not as confident a shooter. That dude, Karl Anthony Towns, I remember being at All-Star Weekend in Cleveland back in 2022. And he was like, I'm the best shooting big man ever. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, in February 2022, Cat had only played in one playoff series in his entire career, and it was with Jimmy Butler, who went on to sabotage the rest of that decade for the Timberwolves after that playoff series, right? So, like, you didn't have the respect for Cat and his game in meaningful games that you did pretty much since they started making the playoffs in Minnesota, right? Domantas, and I just did a whole player tiers project for The Athletic last month that I hope people check out. Like, the biggest difference between those two guys offensively is that Cat is confident that he can beat you inside and out. And Domantas, even though his percentages has sometimes been okay, acceptable, like, no one treats him like that as a shooter. And Domantas doesn't treat himself like that as a shooter. Right. Domantas, you can measure his release with a sundial. Like, he's not going to take shots unless it's like he's feeling great about every process. Cat is letting that thing go, right? And if he's not letting it go, if you're defending him a certain way, trying to close out on his space, what is he doing? He's driving decisively. Demonis doesn't do that consistently. It's why he can dominate offensively from time to time in the regular season, but in a playoff setting, he is a lot less impactful. And so, that's what it is. Demonis is an incredibly productive player, and if he gets touches, he's going to put up numbers. But that threshold of what works for him in the regular season versus the playoffs, there's a lot lost in that translation. You don't have that as much with Cat. So I wouldn't make that comparison, not nearly as much.
Well, let me ask you this, Law, speaking of Domas, because your colleague, Sam Amick, wrote today in The Athletic that Charlotte and the Kings have had some discussions about Domas. We found out there was some other reporting from Michael Scotto that they've talked maybe about a framework involving Miles Bridges and some draft capital, and they're figuring that out. And apparently Charlotte isn't interested in trading one of their 2 first-round picks this year. Be that as it may, what do you think of the fit there for Domas and Charlotte? What can you see how Charlotte would benefit from having him and why they'd be interested in him?
Nah, I really don't. Because what worked for Charlotte was the ball was in LaMelo's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And when it wasn't in LaMelo's hands, Brandon Miller and Con Kniffel had all kinds of license to do what they did.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not the biggest Miles Bridges fan, but Miles is at least a little bit. We're talking about spacing. We're talking about shooting. Charlotte bombed threes last year, right? And those dudes just, when LaMelo and Brandon Miller got healthy, they were a real problem. They didn't just beat you. They annihilated you. And so what happens with Sabonis in that kind of an offensive setting, you got to give Demonis the ball. And Demonis has to work from his areas of comfort, the DHOs and whatnot. And I just don't love that as far as how Charlotte really took advantage of teams, I would say, from December, January 1. Mm-hmm. It would be a talent upgrade, but basketball isn't just talent. Like, That's the thing that I've been trying to write every time, whether it's draft stuff, playoff stuff, or teams trying to just be better in the regular season, be more competitive. You have to have talent, but the talent has to fit with not just the other players that you're playing against, and not just with how a team wants to play, which a coach dictates, but you're in competition with other teams in the league. You have to consistently beat other teams with the guys that you have and the talent that you have and how you're going to play. So I wouldn't be particularly excited about that for Charlotte. And to be honest with you, Sacramento is in a place where they shouldn't care. They're just trying to reorganize their rebuilding situation. So it would be nice if Sacramento can pull it off. But Charlotte is in a delicate spot. They're trying to break what Sacramento experienced going into 2023, the longest postseason drought in the league. And so I don't think that would be helpful for Charlotte as much.
Law, can you confirm? I mean, I thought it was interesting, I'll say. Can you confirm this Clippers big guard thing, since, like you said earlier in the convo, they traded for one of the smallest guards in the league? I don't really know what to do with that. I feel like a lot of teams would love to have a big point guard like Shea or Cade Cunningham. So that came out pretty early in the draft process. But is that what are we supposed to do with that information that came out that the Clippers like big guards? Don't everybody like big guards?
I mean, sure, yeah, man. I mean, not to make this a Sir Mix-a-Lot thing, but like, let's just be real about it. Like, Becky Hannon said what she said as a Hall of Fame small guard for a reason. Like, you have to have advantages, like, and small guards. I started the year covering Chris Paul, and Chris Paul, we went back and forth, didn't get a lot of time with Chris. Some things happened in December, y'all might have heard, but like, we talked about like, what do you need to keep that position from going extinct? And Chris was like, you need to be special. You need to be super good at the skills that you're already supposed to have as a guard. If you can acquire that from a bigger player, all the size, what that does is it makes you less of a liability. It raises the floor. The ceiling is your skill level, but there's a floor here. We're just talking about it with Jalen Brunson. Like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is better than Jalen Brunson because with a similar skill set, Shai is not as much a liability defensively, and Shai is a lot more likely to be efficient than Jalen is. And that's just in a vacuum. Forget the guys playing around. The Knicks obviously have talented starters. The Thunder have talented starters, but they weren't all healthy, and that was a problem. That's why the Thunder aren't playing in these finals now. So look at the Clippers. For years, they didn't even want point guards, okay? Like, these dudes treated point guards like a pair of socks, really nice socks, but a pair of socks nonetheless. And finally, when they did something serious about the point guard position, who was it? It was James Harden. Yeah, they now have Darius Garland. He's a different kind of player. They do not need two of those smaller guards because as good as they are, you're putting too many resources into the most vulnerable spot on the floor, the smallest player. Like, to have one of those guys is okay, but you got to hide that guy. To have two of them, you're either not playing one of them or you're playing two of them, and now your defense is that compromised. It's just that simple. So the Clippers have always, heck, if it was up to the Clippers, early in this decade, they wanted to have, everything run through Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Have two apex wings, and then cancel the point guard. Basically have a 1-2 kind of player. Your Luke Kennards, your Reggie Jacksons. They, traded Luke Kennard for Eric Gordon, just to say, if you can't have an elite point guard, what's the next best thing? Having a taller player there who can play on the ball, off the ball, and not be a complete sieve on defense. That is why Keaton Wagler is the favorite. I'm not saying I love him. I don't love any of these dudes. They're going to be liabilities next year, and I'm probably going to write that in the next week. But that is why you look at someone like Wagler and say he's the betting favorite in the clubhouse for that pick if they keep it and use it there, simply for the fact that he's young, he's skilled, and he's taller than these other dudes.
Hold on, Law. Hold on now. So here on the show, they've been getting on me, Law, for saying heliocentric too much, okay? Because I get these terms.
Because you say it too much.
But now, Law has, I don't know if this is
it.
Hold on. I don't know if this is a Law Murray special, but we have a new term, the apex wing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Law Murray special, but thank you, Law. I will reference you, and I will be using that very, very often because the Kings need an apex wing, Law.
You're right.
Been trying. They've been trying.
Before we let you go, Law, let's get to the meat of the matter. Law Murray from The Athletic. As you mentioned, Clippers with the 5th pick, Kings with the 7th pick. We think we know the Kings would like to get Acuff. They may have to move up to do that. You said that, you don't think the Clippers would necessarily be that interested in dealing with the Kings directly. So what do you think the Clippers would need? What would they be looking for to even consider allowing the Kings to slide up and switching spots with Sacramento?
I think it's just going to be tough. To move up even those spots in the draft, you're talking about a first-round pick, possibly trading hands. And, I haven't looked at what the Kings' assets are, but you're not really discussing second-round picks here. Yeah. Even though it's only 2 spots per se, it's the 5th pick versus the 7th pick. This isn't like last year where you had Portland and Memphis. Memphis moves up 5 spots to take Cedric Howard, but we're talking about, 5 spots below the top 10 in the draft. So, this is why I'm not a general manager. This is why, I can't be, I'm not going to. I feel like the draft value chart changes every year. And this is a year where teams are excited because you have talent. You have depth of talent in the lottery here this year. And so The Kings would have, especially because it's a division rival. Why that matters? You play them guaranteed at least 4 times every season. That is a team that you are trading with that you are also competing with for a playoff spot. It's different when you're trading with, a team in the opposite conference. Because when you trade with a team in the opposite, it's like, all right, good luck. Have at it. You're rooting for those teams, actually, just outside the 2 games they play. You want them to beat every West team. But you don't want that same success when you're dealing with a team in your division, especially because, again, division champions, that's a tiebreaker. At least in a conference, that's a slightly lower thing. But you're competing with everyone in your conference anyway. So I would think the price would have to be pretty steep as far as what the Clippers need. Wow. And the Clippers need draft assets. And the Clippers went out sad. They need talent. It's a very delicate time for the Clippers. And I think the Kings would have to overpay to convince the Clippers to even swap those spots.
Gotcha. Thank you, Law. We're big fans. We appreciate your time. Enjoy the game tonight. We hope to talk to you again very soon.
Hey, thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, Law.
Well, kind of pouring some cold water on some of the hot talk that's been going on today.
Yeah,
Law Murray, Charlotte, Domas, I don't really see why they'd be that interested.
It does make sense, though. I mean, if you watch Charlotte, they're running and gunning, and LaMelo does have. I know LaMelo had the ball less this season because of Brandon Miller being healthy for the most part and Concanepo, but yeah, you throw away, and that's the other thing. One way to look at it is whether or not whoever's trading for Domantas Sabonis is okay with him not being the Mike Brown Domantas Sabonis. Because I guess that's the factor that we haven't discussed. If you're okay with what he can do rebounding the basketball.
You're talking about whether you're going to run your offense through
right,
him.
Right.
And if LaMelo's on your team, you ain't running the offense through Domas.
No, and if they feel like, hey, we're still willing to pay that contract over the next 2 years, and we still think he's going to bring good value, that's kind of the other dimension of this that we haven't really discussed. So I agree with Law if the idea is being the beam team Domantas Sabonis. But if he's not going to be the beam team Domantas Sabonis and they're okay with, whatever team is okay with Domantas Sabonis getting paid a lot of money to not do as much as he did when he got that contract, then that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they are.
I'm not seeing – I know that Domas looks like, as Law said, he would appear to be a talent upgrade for them. But I'm not seeing any of their needs that he directly addresses. When you look at the way they played last year, some of these numbers are skewed across the board because of the fact that so many teams were tanking. But they were a pretty good rebounding team last year. Mm-hmm. They were a pretty decent defensive team at times last year. They were a defensive rating. They were 12th. So what is it that Domas actually brings to them? I'm not sure I see that.
Right.
So that's why I think the more we talk about it, I think a lot of what we heard today is coming from the Kings. I'm not saying it's not true, but I think the Kings want the rest of the league to know that we're talking to Charlotte about Domas. I'm just not sure how interested Charlotte is right now.
Yeah, Moussa Diabate is 24 years old. I think he got the lion's share of the center work for the Charlotte Hornets, and they're just so young. Whitey, when we have these conversations, it's about
Kalkbrenner.
And Kalkbrenner, yeah.
Yeah.
And who's also 24 years old.
Yeah.
But when we have these conversations about accelerating the timeline, it's normally very clear. We reference the Rockets a lot. They needed a bucket getter. They got Kevin Durant. It didn't work out, but we knew what they were trying to do. I don't see how Domantas Sabonis accelerates the Hornets' timeline at all. I don't.
I don't either.
I don't.
Jabate and Kalkbrenner really fit with that roster.
Exactly.
Given how much everybody else on that roster needs the ball. Domas, Lau makes a great point. It's like, from Charlotte's standpoint, I'm not sure why they'd be that excited about it.
Yeah, they have I don't really know what the Hornets need. I mean, I don't know. The money is one thing. Maybe if somebody like Zubats or somebody like that, just, hey, we just need a big body that can that can rebound and do certain things, but I don't think they need Domantas Sabonis' services.
More on that when we come back. Also, we have a classic example of how aggregators distort the truth when it comes to the draft. Next on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson here with Golf Fitness Solutions. If you want more distance, less pain, better mobility, and a body that holds up for 18 holes, come see us. We're expanding in Carmichael, and you're invited to our grand opening party on June 13th from noon to 4. Tour our new space, meet the team, try the simulator challenge, see if you can make a hole-in-one, and learn how golf-specific training, stretching, massage, and assessments can help your game. Call 916-802-5175 or visit us at golffitnesssolutions.com for more information.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Matchdays deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Join the Sactown Sports this Friday from 2 to 4 at Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn, for crazy deals on tools and a chance to win a pair of X Game tickets.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell us what's happening for Chrysler's Make This the Summer event.
Kick summer off right when you save up to $9,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitudes. You won't find a better looking, more powerful, and comfortable Jeep on the road. There's nothing like moving the family around in luxury.
Yeah, those Jeeps look real nice inside and out.
It's beautiful, but Hoblet is more than Jeeps. Stop by the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter to find whatever you need. With nearly 200 vehicles available and 115 under $30,000, Hoblet needs to be your first stop.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 toll net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude. Up to $5,500 factory incentive and $4,000 dealer discount. Incentives include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade-in and $2,000 Make This the Summer event retail cash. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 243062. See dealer for details.
It's time for your Sactown Soccer Report. Powered by Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District.
This week's key matches include Mexico versus South Africa, USA versus Paraguay, Brazil versus Morocco, and Netherlands versus Japan.
In soccer, defense wins championships. At home, defense stops mosquitoes. Train standing water. That's your back line. Dress with sleeves and defend with repellent. That's your keeper. Keep your doors and screens tight. That's your shutout. Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District. More tips at fightthebite.net. The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Thanks to Sac Republic for bringing by just a lot of fun stuff today. captains, armbands, and flag scarves, and mini soccer balls, and everything was already, went through. It's like Target 2 days after Christmas when, and you look in the ornaments aisle. It's like, by the time we get in here, all the good stuff that's been brought in by good people like Sac Republic, everyone's been through it, but still,
right.
Yeah, Kyle Ledbetter saved us a few nice things, so thank you, Sac Republic.
Yeah, what is it? What is that Halloween place? Party Central?
No, Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
It's like Spirit on October 30th.
Yeah. What happened here? Are you okay? Yeah. Soccer Block Party presented by Bank of America, June 24th, 25th, downtown Plaza Park. Republic FC hosting that.
Chris Verlad's going to be in the building. Very excited. I got to find, I don't know where what's it called? It's called a jersey, but it's a kit when it's the whole uniform, right? Because I got my Panama jersey. I got to find where it is.
Okay.
And Chris Verlad said, yeah, Panama's in the group of death or whatever it's called. They got Croatia. They got Ghana.
No.
And I think they believe they have England. So might be whatever version of 1-2 barbecue.
Group of death is putting it mildly.
Yeah. Whatever version of 1-2 barbecue there is in the World Cup. I think it's just not getting out of the group. So, yeah, probably not going to happen. But all I need, just give me one Panama W so my mom can be happy, and we're solid. We're solid.
Two things on our conversation with Law Murray. One, Allen pulled off, I just got to give him credit, it was a really smart veteran play here because we're doing the conversation with Law Murray, and I know Allen explained this when it happened. We have the Giants game on here, and the Giants were way behind, and then Matt Chapman hit his second home run. So in the middle of Law Murray telling us about the Clippers and their smaller guards, Allen gave me a major eye roll because, Chapman hits a home run when the game's out of hand. And he realized...
Well, you looked at me.
Yeah.
And I can see you out of my peripheral looking at me.
Yeah.
To say, look at your boy Chapman. And I roll my eyes.
Yeah. So he realizes, wait, somebody else seeing that on replay, or if Law Murray is watching right now, he's going to wonder, man, what did I say?
Right.
Yeah. So that was very smart of you. The other thing, as we just said, when I hear Law Murray say, Charlotte, I'm not sure how much interest they would have in Domas. I just, I know how excited we get and how we overreact to every little morsel of a potential rumor around here. And I'm just not sure there is that much to the Domas Charlotte talk. I know what Sam reported is accurate. I'm not suggesting it isn't. I know what Michael Scotto reported is accurate. I'm not suggesting it isn't. I'm just saying we just need to take a deep breath and just not overreact to these things. That's all.
Yeah, and hopefully, and I know it's never going to be that simple, but hopefully the Raptors thing, well, a lot of different scenarios, but hopefully the Raptors thing, honestly, Whitey, obviously it's being talked about a lot, but it does feel like the Raptors thing has protected us from maybe an overreaction. Clearly, people were talking about it today, and we're going to continue to talk about it because this is the most substantial report we've gotten when it comes to Domas. But I haven't seen that Raptors thing. Domas was gone. If you ask Kings fans, I think a lot of Kings fans thought Domas is gone. It's a done deal, and it wasn't. And it probably wasn't even that close. So I do think that the Raptors situation protected not everyone, but a good amount of people from over-exaggerating, myself maybe too, included, the way that we did when the Raptors and Kings engaged in whatever the bleep they engaged in.
You also made an important distinction. Correctly, you pointed out, this is a report. I mean, what Sam did today in The Athletic, he reported that these talks have gone on. That wasn't rumor. Rumor's like, ooh, I heard this. What do you think? I don't know. No one's really saying. Sam said, no, they have had talks. That is a report.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I acknowledge that. But here's an example of how aggregators bend the truth without necessarily meaning to. This is what Sam Vecini said about the Kings in the draft piece that he wrote this week, and we've talked about it a number of times. He says, quote, "It feels like the Kings are likely to end up with the best guard available." I think we know that. "They're doing due diligence into players such as Ament and others, but they need a point guard to replace De'Aaron Fox, and this is an outstanding draft in which to do it. In this case, the best guards available are Flemings and Brown." End quote. Okay, yeah. Well, I had read that many times, and I didn't even the Nate Amen thing to me, it hadn't even registered with me. Then I started seeing yesterday or the day before, Kings doing due diligence on Amen. And then that started getting distorted into some kind of suggestion that, the Kings like him. And then I was trying to figure out where is that coming from? Then I tracked it down to this, like, oh yeah, it doesn't actually say that. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
And that happens all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And it's tiring. It can be tiring. I know we're obviously invested in this, but it's a lot of times there's just not much meat on the bone, Whitey.
Right.
You know, I had a nectarine yesterday when you're getting a little close to the seed, right? And oh man, there's still a little bit here, and there's not really. And people are trying to make a lot of this stuff last longer than it should, to be completely honest with you. And we're just counting down the days. But yeah, the idea, I mean, we already know. Nate Amen, it just doesn't make really any sense for the Kings to go after somebody like that. Much to my chagrin, maybe, but they need a point guard. There's 4,000 point guards available to them at the 7 spot. So what are we talking about here?
I also didn't realize that some people close to the Clippers like Law Murray think that it would be really hard for the Kings to convince the Clippers to trade down.
Yeah.
You know, I figured, unless you want to throw in a first-round pick. And even then, So I had assumed that, well, if the Kings want to get it done, they'll find a way to get it done. But it was interesting to hear Law Murray say, that's going to be tough because the price is going to be steep.
Yeah. And I thought he always makes great points. But the point about the tiebreaker and how it's not just the fact that it's the same conference, but it's in the same division. And everyone says, well, who cares about divisions? Well, yeah, in this situation, they would. So it's not the same as trading with, who would it be, Whitey? The Mavericks or somebody like that. It's very specific, not just conference, but also that Pacific division.
Yeah, Tortilla Jackson says, not at 7. Ament has all the potential in the world, but not at 7.
Not for the Kings.
Uh-huh.
Not for the Kings.
Holistic Field says that's actually a vampire's favorite fruit. The nectarine.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it?
No, that's a good one. Get it? Because the neck.
Yeah, I got it. That's got to be some kind of sign that, okay, it's time to move on to something else.
No, that's a sign to, or a blood orange, they say. I like nectarine better. That was a good one, Holistic. Don't let Whitey bag you down. No.
That's the type of joke someone would say, and this happens to me all the time, and they go, that sounds like something you'd say.
It does sound like something you say.
I didn't say it. But I had nothing to do with that. People do that to me all the time.
No, and I know what Holistic.
And they get mad at me like, that sounds like something you'd say.
I know what's going on here. You know, this is like when there's another really funny, good-looking guy in the room, and I feel some type of way, right?
Well, that must be every day then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, Whitey, you would have liked to say that joke, and Holistic beat you to it. So
I give credit.
No, so now you're going to try to poo-poo it the same way, when I see a Michael B. Jordan or someone, I say, hey, man, I'm in the room right now.
Look, I gave him credit, right? I one time said something, made a dumb joke about the Kings on X, and a host on this station currently saw it and said it on the air as if it was his own joke.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And one of this person's co-hosts at the time called him on it on the air.
Wow. It's like that Key and Peele skit. Literally, there's a Key and Peele skit for everything.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that to you.
So, Holistic Fields, I gave him his credit there. I gave him his due.
That was a good one, Holistic.
Yeah. How disappointed do you think the fan base will be, the Kings fan base, if they're not able to get Acuff? Maybe they won't be. That's why I ask. I don't mean it to be a leading question. You think fans will be, oh, no, we thought he was a guy? Or do you think fans will be, whew, I heard what Chris Watkins said about his defense. They dodged a bullet there.
No, honestly, and this is just me reading somewhat of the room. I feel like Kings fans just want the draft to be over.
You're probably right.
Honestly, I feel as if Kings fans have probably talked themselves into Kings and Flemings too.
Okay.
Just get somebody.
Yeah, more on that when we come back. Also, we have a peek at the Warriors' pitch to LeBron coming up on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
We golfers tend to grumble too much. Golf Monthly's Nick Bonfield compiled our biggest complaints. They include our own game. The refrain, is it going to be another one of those days, should maybe be realigned and set about the next shot with positivity. Next is our equipment. We always blame our tools even though they were just along for the ride. Course conditioning is another gripe, and maybe you should try getting up while it's still dark, whether it's 108 or 32 degrees, and deal with global warming, limited budgets, and sustainability. And then go hug your superintendent for what they do. Dress codes get a lot of attention. Some feel the tradition should be maintained, and others are comfortable in T-shirts. It's a game, people. Also in the mix are rules of golf, slow play, the World Handicap System, tee time booking systems, bad luck, and more. I say you get out of it what you're willing to put into it. You're on a golf course, your phone's not ringing, and you might make a birdie or two. Enjoy the moment. There's lots of time left in the day for complaints. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in. Deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is taking on Cal Expo this summer. Catch live music performances and more than 100 top skate, BMX, and Moto X athletes compete. June 26th through June 28th. Get your tickets now at xgames.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
We've seen every kind of golf swing, some smooth, some, let's just say, innovative. And that's why Hagen Oaks offers Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan-powered player performance studio shows what your swing is really doing. Ping's Ball-Nemic Ball Fitter finds a ball that behaves. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps turn almost into yes. And FootJoy's 3D foot scanner builds stability from the ground up. At Hagen Oaks, we don't judge your game, we fix it. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Better fit, more fun. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
How about this report? League sources maintain that Golden State remains legitimately interested in adding LeBron to their Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green core, coached by Steve Kerr, with the pitch presumed to include the idea that LeBron could commute from Los Angeles to some to-be-determined degree without having to move his family, end quote. I wonder where they got that idea. Having a player who lives in L.A. is going to commute to Northern California. The Kings mastered that. They created that and mastered that.
Well, LeBron, the only reason he does it is because he wants to win, but honestly not that bad. Because if he really wanted to win one more that bad, there are other places he could probably go.
Don't you think I think this is the consensus that he'll probably stay in L.A. because it's like, I don't want to move again.
But I didn't know if the Lakers even wanted him back. This whole thing is so weird. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
We have a miraculous walk-off at 3rd and King. Here's Alan Stiles.
Ding dong Donkey Kong. We'll see you later, ball. Bryce Eldridge, take a bow. What were they down? It was 10-3 or 7-3?
They've walked off Washington 11-3 on a grand slam into the right field.
It was 10-7.
Yeah.
Bryce Eldridge.
But when we were talking to Law Murray, it was like 9-2?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yes. That's when I rolled my eyes.
Because Chapman hit a home run.
I'll give you something.
Yeah.
When you said that, no BS, I'm watching the Padres and the Reds. Literally, Tatis just hit a walk-off for the Padres in the bottom of at the very same time.
That is weird.
I thought that's what you guys were watching. So I look up and I see Tatis hit a bomb and he's rounding around, literally, left center. Just went ding-dong, Padres up.
It's his second home run of the year.
Yes, it is. 5-4.
Wow. Yeah.
Literally at the same time.
Just as we were coming back on the air from the break, Alan looks up and Jung-Hoo Lee almost hit a home run, right?
Yeah.
It was 10-7. And I think at that time there was 2 men on. And I said, don't talk about it because we don't want to drive people to this finish.
Right.
And then as we're talking, and then Alan looks up, like, it's over now. The game is over. Wow. Second win after trailing by 8 or more runs entering the 8th inning in Giants history. The other time was September 8th, 1947.
Wow. Incredible. Now that
they're back
can turn the season around. Now that's how you do it.
Whitey, what was you talking about with LeBron coming to Golden State? Or what were you talking about?
Yeah, the Warriors are apparently going to pitch LeBron on, hey, come play for us and you can still live in L.A. and we'll figure out the details, but you don't have to move. You can just fly up, helicopter up, whatever you want to do.
What are we doing?
Just trying to extend this window of perceived relevance.
Yeah. I mean, look, we talk about a business and making money. That is a business right there. You get LeBron, I know the Warriors are already making a ton of money, but that's why you're really doing it, right? Yeah, you want to win the championship, but those LeBron Warrior jerseys would be insane. Absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm. I guess a lot of people think, well, maybe it's going to be Cleveland. Doesn't look like that's going to work out. Looks like it's probably going to be iffy. He may not even continue playing, but I think he definitely is, because I think LeBron being LeBron, when he's done, and maybe this will be his last year, I think he's really going to want the whole, this is my last year. I don't think he's going to quietly, you know what? I've had enough.
No.
I could be wrong, but I think he's going to make sure everybody knows when his last year is.
So
he's going to play. He's probably not going to play in Cleveland. Warriors, I think he's going to be back with the Lakers.
And then he'll say, hey, this is my last year. So everyone can give him the going away tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think he's going to. There's just too much history with the Warriors. But would you say it's probably a 2-team race between the Lakers and the Cavs? We haven't heard anything about the Cavs. The Cavs don't even know what they're doing, right? And what, Donovan Mitchell, do you move? I know they want to give a new contract to James Harden. So Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and LeBron, I don't know what that is. I don't know.
I wonder if I don't think so. Would the Clippers have any interest? Doesn't appear that they would.
I think that would be a cool note to, I'm going to bring a championship to the other LA. I'm the only player to ever do that. I think it would be a cool note, but
I think you're right what you said when we started this conversation. He just, and bless him, he's the greatest ever by many measures. I don't know that he's really that interested in winning one more. He would like to, but it's not like what drives him.
No, because at this point, it's what we talked about with a lesser degree, don't get me wrong, but it's what we talked about with with Westbrook and with DeRozan. If you win, that's maybe the argument for Golden State, that LeBron would still be doing a decent bit. But if you win as a third option, come on, nobody is giving LeBron, he's a third ring, but it's not going to be the same. It's already passed for him. It's over.
Compio wants to know if I remember the 1947 game in which the Giants came from 8 runs down in the ninth. A little bit. I remember a little. Forbes Field, I think. I could be mistaken.
A little bit younger than that old guy.
Torsha Jackson. LeBron said he wanted to play with Curry before he got a taste on Team USA. Warriors with LeBron and Curry would be insane. Warriors with LeBron and Curry, look out.
Yeah.
You're going to sell tickets.
So, again, who's your second option? Is it LeBron? Is it Jimmy Butler? I don't think either of them are good enough.
Podziemski is the guy.
I just don't think any of them are good enough.
He's him.
Yeah. There's certain teams, I will say, what was it, last season, the Warriors did play the Thunder pretty tough. I'll give them that. But the Wemby stuff, the Spurs, even the Nuggets, I don't know. The Rockets might end up figuring some things out. I just don't think it's enough. Honestly, you're praying, even the 16 games it takes to win a championship, do you even trust the Warriors to be healthy for the duration of a playoff run?
Since we were just talking about baseball, what do you think of this comparison? The Warriors right now are kind of like Justin Verlander or Max Scherzer. They were great, but right now they can't get through a full season, and you're going to see a few starts here and there where they're snapping it off and crackling with the fastball. But, by August, disabled list. That's kind of where they are as a team right now.
I think they're maybe a little bit better than that, but it doesn't really matter because it's supposed to be to win a championship. Maybe it's just to have fun. Maybe they just want to say that they played together. And obviously, because let's be honest, if LeBron went to the Warriors as soon as the new season began, they wouldn't be the favorites. So maybe there's a part of them thinking, we're going to have some fun. We get to play on the same team, which we never got to do. And if we win, we win. But nobody is going to pick them to win the whole thing.
By the way, that Giants win today, their first this season when trailing after 6 innings. Previously 0-30.
Insane.
They're now 1-30. Tony Vitello, Manager of the Year.
Take a bow. That's where we're at, baby.
Ray Ratto is going to join us bottom of the next hour. When we come back, what would the Kings absolutely need to get back in any Domas deal. We'll look at the game 4 as well next on Sactown Sports.
A word of advice from Whitey Gleason. When the time comes to pay the piper, you better be ready.
Man, stop running from the bill. The bill coming. You scared. They scared. Truth is, they scared. They know how I get. And they running from that bill that's on the way. It's inevitable. It's coming. Stop running. Stop running from the bill.
Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. What's up? It's Matt George. What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Welcome to basketball's biggest stage.
Somebody will reach basketball immortality.
Welcome to the NBA Finals.
That's basketball at its finest.
This is about more than a game, more than a series. This is about legacy.
You are watching what greatness is all about.
Tune in to see who performs under the brightest lights and who writes their way into history. The 2026 NBA Finals continue on ABC.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Well, Alan Stiles hosts the Giants podcast. He's going to have a lot to talk about whenever the next podcast comes out. What a miraculous comeback for Tony V's boys today.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have that much to talk about, but it's a great, it's a great game. Whitey, at one point when we were talking to Law, before the eye roll and post eye roll, it was 9. Yeah, it was 9-1 in the 7th.
9-1. Okay.
So it was 9-1 going into the bottom of the 8th, and then it was 9-6.
I don't know about you. I never gave up.
It was 9-6. Then the crazy part is, top of the 9th, the Nationals hit another home run. So
right.
It was 10-6. Clearly didn't have enough pitching to close out the game, doing their best Giants impression. Giants on the right side of a walk-off. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Saving the sweep, fellas. Saving the sweep.
An Eldridge grand slam, not just a garden variety walk-off, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, that's the best part. I mean, if it was Rafi Devers, I probably wouldn't care. I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But the Giants got a dude. And I've been saying this ever since I was watching the game yesterday. And it's very specific and it's very apparent that the Giants have a dude, not because I say it, not because, Bob Nightingale or whoever says it. Watch the way they pitch to Bryce Eldridge. They pitch to Bryce Eldridge like he is a 2-hitter, 3-hitter, 4-hitter in a very good lineup. They're running from the belt. They're running from the bat.
I know this guy that he's been saying this year a lot, Jung Lee. What is he? What is he supposed to be? Why is he here? What would you say to that guy right now?
I'd say that guy was probably correct until this season. And that guy is me. And I've been accused of being a Jung Lee hater, but Jung Lee is probably the best hitter, and Bryce Eldridge said this last night. He's the best hitter on the planet right now. He's probably going to be an all-star. He deserves to be an all-star. What he's doing is ridiculous. With all that being said, Whitey, if I had an untouchable list for the Giants, Jung Lee is not on it.
Really?
He is not on it, and there's probably only one player on it, and that's Bryce Eldridge.
By the way, not only were the Giants losing, they looked bad. They were guilty of misplays, right? I mean, they were having one of those bad Giants games this year.
And they turned it around.
Yeah.
For one game.
Mm-hmm.
For one game. And, it's hard. Like we always talk about, it's hard to sweep teams. They get desperate, especially at home. You're not trying to get embarrassed. So good on the Giants for saving a little bit of respect for themselves. But outside of that, it's business as usual.
And the Giants, the A's, I meant to say, their Vegas series continues tonight. We got more on that coming up bottom of the hour with Ray Ratto. And as Jay pointed out, just about the same moment that Bryce Eldridge hit a walk-off at 3rd and King, Fernando Tatis hit one down at Petco for San Diego. It's like boom, boom, boom. Walk-off synchronicity.
Yeah, that timing is cool, but nobody's checking.
I'm still a little stunned, and I'm taking it back. I'm going to make sure I give you one more opportunity. Did you just say Jung Lee is the best hitter in the world right now?
Right now, Jung Lee is the best hitter on the planet right now.
Boy.
Just based on numbers.
How? He's not leading the league in average.
He's second.
I know that. So, I mean, what are you saying he's the best at? He's not the best in home runs. He doesn't have the most walks. He doesn't have the best average. What is it?
I mean, we could say.
What are we looking at here?
Okay, maybe hottest is more apropos. Maybe you could say hottest, but the reality is going into the game today, he's in 508 during his 17-game hit streak. 508. All right? I mean, what are we talking about here?
We're saying that he's not. That's what we're talking about.
He is.
He's not.
Right now.
No one's scared of Jung Lee, brother.
Right now. Hottest hitter in the league.
And I thought you were over all of these hot take Giant situations.
No, it's not hot take. Look at the numbers speak for itself.
In what form? So you're saying in the last 20 games, he's the best hitter in the league right now?
Yes.
17.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And I'm rounding up to 20.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Again, I'm going to continue to keep on saying at some point in time, we have to come to the realization that they just don't have it. And even though you're playing good right now, doesn't make you to be the best of anything if you're in the Giants uniform. It's okay to say he's doing well, but you're coming out saying these things like, oh, he's the best hitter on the planet and the planet. The planet
right now.
Come on.
Right
Alan,
now.
Here's how hot he has been.
You wouldn't have said that if he was in the Blue Jays uniform.
Going back to,
I would.
let's see. This would have been game, let's see. This was on May 29th. It's 4 for 5. And since then, just 4 for 5, 2 for 4, 5 for 6, 1 for 4, 1 for 1, 2 for 4, 4 for 5, 1 for 4, 2 for 4, 1 for 4, 4 for 5. And then
a lot of one-fors in there. I counted 4 or 5 of them already. A lot of 2-fors, a lot of 500s, a lot of 1-fors.
That hit streak's still going.
That's okay.
It's hot. He hot.
Yeah, he's hot. Definitely he's hot.
And when you are hot,
I don't mean you're the best on the planet, brother.
Right now. Right now.
Right, it's a big win. It's a good win for a team that needed one.
Needed one. Like I said, what? 13 games. He's in 564. 564.
I wonder if we can go back, and since we were on when this was happening, we had the moment where Allen rolled his eyes during the Law Murray interview, which actually was when the Giants did something positive. Chapman hit a home run, and he was like, oh, yeah, now he hits a home run. And then put that side by side with your reaction when
you should have done that.
Eldridge hits the salami, the walk-off salami.
Wow. Should have done that.
Yeah.
Should have done that. And what was it today, Jay? What my guy, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Claim it.
Who I always,
you better claim it because in 2 weeks when he's going 1 for 4, it's like he did about 5 games.
2 for 4 with a walk, that's light work.
All right,
hey,
man.
that might work. That's light work.
He's up to 335.
I know.
Yeah.
We talking about an all-star, Jay.
Oof.
All-star.
You're reaching.
Here we have
Wemby style. You're reaching.
Stop that.
Jaden Dunmore, new Sabonis trade idea. What do you think? Raptors get Sabonis, Clippers get Pirtle, Sack pick 7, Raptors pick 19. You lost me already. Thank you.
And that ain't new.
Say that one more time.
It's a lot of moving parts. I started reading it and realized, new Sabonis trade idea. Raptors get Sabonis, Clippers get Pirtle, and Sacramento pick 7. Raptors pick 19, and the Raptors first-round pick in 2028. Kings get pick 5. R.J. Barrett, Chris Dunn, and Derek Jones Jr.
What's that, ChatGPT?
I don't know. I apologize.
No ChatGPT trade.
That's just hard to follow. Thank you, Jaden Dunmore, but I shouldn't have read it on the air.
Shout out, Jaden.
Got excited about Sabonis trade.
Most of the time, if you want us to read one of your trades, you probably should keep it within 2 teams.
We just be having too many mental breakdowns.
If you are
complete waste of everyone's time.
If you are going to come with a 3-team trade, it's got to be pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, though, we like 2-teamers.
Well, I appreciate that, and I read it because it gets us back to where I was hoping we could end up here before we bring on Ray Ratto, which is in any deal involving Domas, if you're the Kings, what do you absolutely need to get back? It's like baselines, like no matter who it is, what team, there's certain things I need to get back for it to be worth my while. What would those things be for you?
Whatever the Kings, I'm going to go Niners here based on our draft board. Whatever the Kings perceive.
Alan, what's a chicken wing?
Whatever the Kings perceive as a first-round talent. That could be a first-rounder. That could be, like I said, the combination of Tejan Salon and Liam McNeely. Hey, if we get both of those, we view that as a first-round value.
Ooh, that would be wrong.
Well, I'm just saying.
I understand that's your opinion, but
I'm just saying whatever they value, one piece of the asset needs to be a first-round value. One piece of the return needs to be a first-round value.
So that's interesting, and I'm not trying to correct you or argue with you, but you're saying you don't even need necessarily, for you personally, a first-round pick. You would also take what you view as the equivalent of that.
Yes.
To me, it's like, I got to get at least a first-round pick.
I think that's cooked. I don't think it's cooked, but I think there's a good chance that you don't.
If I don't, then that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't want to make the trade.
Okay. I'm making
need
it.
some salary relief. I mean, it's Domantas Sabonis. I'd like to think I could get 2 firsts for him, but right now I probably can't.
No, Whitey, come on.
I think you're.
Whitey, in what world are you getting 2 firsts for Sabonis right now?
Well, that's why I said it's probably the same world which Jung Lee is the best hitter on the planet.
No, that's not. No, that's not. That's completely different. And you know what's so funny about that? And Brendan Nunez, I I think Brennan's out enjoying a vacation.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Brennan Nunez always jokes because last season, I think we were in Vegas and Schmal and Miles, let's just say Schmal and Miles was very invested in Jung-Hoo Lee last season. So whenever Jung-Hoo Lee goes on a hot streak, Brennan always says to me, hey, Schmalin, never wrong, just early. So I'm telling you guys, this Jung-Hoo Lee thing, he's starting to find his way.
Jay, what do you think? I think that might be a great question for Ray Ratto. Ray, is Jung-Hoo Lee the best hitter on the planet? That might be a good question for him.
Ray
Kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
He might hang up. You don't want Ray to hang
You
up.
ain't lying. Especially coming from you, Whitey. He probably click.
And I know you're just going to throw me under the bus before you ask
No,
it anyway.
I wouldn't.
Yes, you will.
Did you? I know you know him. You worked with him, right? You were.
Yeah. Ray, because we live in the same city at the time when we were out there. So I'd always joke, hey, can you take me home? And he would say no.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking it up. I mean, he's got the most hits in the last 20 games. Not by far, by 2. But everything else across the board, he's struggling as far as producing. Home runs, triples, doubles. Like, he's not even in none of these top categories.
Jay.
So it's just, you got to be a little bit better, fella. Got to be a little bit better.
Jay, you know what it is.
One walk in the last 20 games. One walk.
Hey, we swinging in these streets.
No.
Jay, he's a knock getter. A knock getter.
So he's a rise. He's basically a singles guy.
Is Louis rubbing off on him?
I wouldn't say that.
But he's got 6 doubles, one home
Joe
run,
Who arise,
and 1 home run, man.
No, he's basically, like they said, he's Korean Ichiro right now. That I'm not saying that. Others are saying that.
Who's others?
Alan, you just said it. So,
but I'm not saying
I've
it
never
as
heard
me.
it before.
Yeah, you shouldn't even want to repeat that.
I'm not saying it as me. I'm saying right now, people are saying, man, could he be Korean Ichiro?
No, he is red hot right now.
He's hot.
Longest streak for a Korean-born player in MLB history as well. So, I mean, we just make history, man.
That's interesting because he was actually born in Japan, but he is Korean, but he was born in Japan.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you that's what they said.
Okay, I just happened to see it that he's born in Japan.
The Giants literally posted that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't read everything. You can't
It's
believe
from
everything
their
you read there.
account.
Okay, baseball reference. Born August 20th, 1998 in Nagoya, Japan.
I understand
White
that.
flag with the red sun in the middle.
I understand that.
So I'm just saying, don't be mad at me.
I'm not being mad at you. I'm saying that's what the Giants posted.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't post that.
I
didn't.
Yeah,
listen,
and you didn't say that he was the Korean Ichiro.
I didn't say that either.
Okay.
Whitey didn't say he was born in Japan. He's just reading what he sees.
I'm telling you. That is what was said.
I didn't know that he was born in Japan. That was news to me.
Well, you sure did get to it quickly.
I just happened to just see it. So, Domas, first, you don't even need a first-round pick, you personally. You need a first-round pick or the equivalent thereof.
I'm just double-checking this because now you got me going here.
Well, I didn't. Honestly, that was
The
like
Giants.
I said,
Longest hit streak by a Korean player in MLB history.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Korean player.
Yeah, you said Korean born.
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
You're fine, man. It's okay.
I'm done.
It's okay.
I'm done, man. I need another Celsius.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, Jay, how about you? If you're going to trade Domas, if you're the Kings, what do you absolutely need to get back to even consider it? Obviously, I need to have some finances straightened up, or I need to save money, and I need to get at least a first-round pick. I don't even think this is a good time to trade him, but I got it. If I don't get that, I am out.
I think you took what I was going to say, which is the how many times have we seen trades for a certain amount of cash or assets? I'm looking for cash. Yeah. And to me, that means opening up my books.
Yeah.
I'm not really strung up on, I think, Alan, you said this. In what world at any point in time are you even getting 2, let alone maybe probably not 1, unless it's super highly protected and we're talking about the back half of the lottery. I mean, the back half of the first round. I would say this, fellas. Cash considerations is what we always read. And Also, anyone that's under the age of 24 for me. Not 25, 24.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take a project, a Cody Williams type player, and I just need to open up my books.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't even need the first round draft pick no more. If obviously he's not part of your future, so stop holding on to something that people don't consider a huge asset, and you may. It's time to move on from that.
Yeah.
You have to.
From the 916, Whitey and Jay full of hate today.
That's right. Thank you, 916. Somebody got my back. I'm on an
We
island
got your
out
back,
here.
man.
I'm on an island out here.
It's just sometimes when you say certain things, we just got to make sure we keep each other in check.
Look, and first and
Checks
foremost,
and balances.
First and foremost, I'm quoting what Bryce Eldridge said. Okay, and he said, yeah, I doubled down on it, but he said that he's the hottest hitter on the. I think he's the best hitter in the world right now, and I don't think you can deny that. That was Bryce Eldridge last night.
Well, let me reach out to the Giants to see if we could get Bryce on, and I would tell him point blank, period. And it's the truth that he's not. I mean, he's hot. He's doing very well. Mm-hmm. But I would also think that you got to add some homers, triples, doubles. He's got one walk in the last 20 games.
Walk. I feel like walks.
Here we go.
I would compare walks to rebounding. It's nice to do, but you can still be a good. It's not the first thing I look at. I'm not Billy Bean. It's not Moneyball. I want to see you swing. I want to see lightning in that bat.
I agree.
Jay's right. Sometimes we try to steer you a certain way and you just aren't paying attention. For example, when you said off the air today, and you mentioned this on the air, so I'm not betraying any trust. You said, hey, how about this? The way Cat's playing, it's increasing Domas's value. And I said, oh, and Jay said, yeah, put that in like the third or fourth
No,
spot.
I didn't say that on the air. Well, I did say it
did.
eventually.
But then you came back and asked Law Murray, these guys are giving me a hard time, Law. What do you think of that? And he goes, I don't see that.
I don't see that. Yeah.
And we try to help you.
This is all just opinions, right?
Very true.
I appreciate Law's opinion, and I get it with the floor spacing. But Domas, 41% from 3 2 years ago.
Yeah, but like Law said, it's like, come on, honey, come on, you can shoot it, and I understand it. I'm not.
Look, guys,
but he does not want to take that shot.
Listen to this real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just go down the timeline. It's a very simple timeline,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We're sitting here every day. You get up, you make your coffee.
Right.
You get in your car, you drive out here, and we hear nothing. We hear nothing about Domantas Sabonis. We hear nothing about any trade interest, anything like that. The Kings, oh man, they're just going to have to power through with Domas. As Cat continues to play, I know he didn't have a good game last game. Cat continues to play well. Well, who's coaching Cat? Mike Brown. Oh, well, Mike Brown used to coach Domantas Sabonis. So he coached both those guys. Oh, well, what's happening with the Knicks? Oh, they started playing better when they were running the offense through Cat more. So, a light bulb just goes off in my head. Well, 1 + 1 = 2 last time I checked. And you have two centers doing their thing under the same coach with the same system implemented. Obviously, not the same exact type of center, but to act like there's no connection here, and that's not what Law did. Law saw some holes in my theory.
There's no connection.
Law saw some holes.
It's two different players completely.
Law saw some holes in the theory, but you can still react to them the same way. And now what do we see today as the Knicks are in the finals? Oh, now the Hornets are interested. Now we see conversation about the Hornets. Now there's a framework. Now there's a lot of different things. And you think that's a coincidence? You think that's a coincidence? Okay. I do not. I do not think that's a coincidence.
Okay, so Jay, myself, Law Murray, now you've had three people go,
Yeah, but you and Jay count as one. That doesn't count the same. Law, I'll give you Law. I'm a DM him. We're going to talk.
I'm a half a person?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what that
No,
was,
I'm just
Jay.
saying.
And they say you and I are full of hate.
Man,
No, I'm saying,
telling you.
no, y'all were already riding. Y'all had already given me your thought process, right?
And all I did was squint because I was trying to be supportive. I was like, and you said, you don't have to squint that hard.
So it's 3-1. But the good thing about it is we still got my beloved text line. We still got the call line. We still got
they're
the
behind
YouTube
today.
chat.
That's good.
And they know what we're witnessing and what we're seeing. It's clear and it's clean. You see it. Everything doesn't have to fit perfectly, Whitey.
Speaking of Cat, and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, so I'm not like trying to
stop
trap
running
you in
from the
something.
bill. Stop running from the bill. How about that? Now you're running from the bill, changing the subject.
They mad because they stupid.
How many points has Karl Anthony Towns, Cat, as some people call him? I'm not calling him that, but some people call him that.
Right.
How many points has he scored in the fourth quarter of this series?
The donut.
Yeah. Nothing. Nada. Zilch.
Yeah, that's bad.
Jay, Cat has not scored a point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he had a couple bad three-pointers, too, last game.
Yeah.
He had bad three-pointers, and he got punked. When De'Aaron is blocked, I know it was from the back, but he got punked in the fourth quarter. Sometimes I watch him, and I won't, sometimes Schmallen has a vested interest. I'm thinking, what are you out there doing? They had him on a couple switches with, who was it? Not Dylan Harper, but some smaller guys. It just felt weird. And I know, Whitey, maybe this will connect back to too much Jalen Brunson, too heliocentric in game 3. That's what the Knicks were. Mm-hmm. But it felt, you don't have to write it down. You don't have to write down the chart.
Yeah, okay.
But it felt like Cat was lost in game 3. Because they were running the pick. He was getting the smaller player, but he wasn't. And I know Wemby's a part of that, but even when Wemby was out, it felt like he just didn't really know what to do.
Speaking of the Spurs defense, I was talking after the last game, the day after the last game, I said, man, there was one sequence where they played some of the best defense I've ever seen in my life. John Hollinger today, and I posted it briefly, and then I took it down off social media. He posted that sequence in The Athletic. It is incredible because the Knicks were moving the ball, draw and kick. The Knicks played excellent offense, and the Spurs were just with them every step of the way. It was incredible defense. Yeah. And if anybody cares, you could see that today at The Athletic, John Hollinger's column, because he showed it, because he as well, I guess it's a basketball people thing. I don't know. We were just very impressed by it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And that is their quote-unquote superpower right now, more than anything else. And a lot of that, of course, has to do with having Wemby there. Can you imagine you have the ball in the corner and you're open, and when you're open in the NBA, it's like, okay, corner 3, that's my shot. But I've got a guy who's 9 feet tall flying at me. And I don't really know how to factor that in here.
Well, when the Knicks were winning, I know they're still up 2-1, it was, a lot of the teams that the Spurs have faced, not to say that they were scared of Wemby, but they weren't going at him the same way. And the idea of, going back to Karl Anthony Towns, pulling him out. I'm trying to really decipher what it was that the Spurs did in that game 3. But to your point, Whitey, I don't necessarily know that they changed a ton. They just were on time on all their rotations.
Yeah. The one guy who's really not scared of Wemby, and I'm sure he still has to be mindful of, where is he right now? But OG has thrown it down on Wemby twice in this series. Just get a step on him, and he can't stop this. Boom!
Well, OG to me, and I know we go back and forth because, they could have signed him and they didn't. I will say this. I don't necessarily know that OG, he ain't overpaid, but it does feel like you got to remind yourself that he's not overpaid, and he probably is getting what he should get. But in the playoffs, that dude, he is the second option. I mean, to me, he feels more like the second option, and I think he plays a little better at home too. But to me, he feels more like the second option than Cat. A lot of times,
yeah.
And I know maybe it's in games where they're losing, so their flow isn't as good, but it feels like OG is just so important to that team.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know Mike Brown has said that they really need to get back to running the offense through Cat and getting him more involved in the fourth quarters of these games. Ideally, it should be, we're not sure who the second or third option is amongst those 3 guys, but right now it's crystal clear at the end of games. OG Anunoby is carrying a heavier load than he should have to carry. He's fine with it. He can do it, but that just shows that, somebody ain't doing their share.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things to that point, Whitey. There is probably a correlation, and what OG have last game, 28? There's probably a correlation between OG scoring more than 25, and honestly, the Knicks losing.
Yeah.
Because that probably means something in their system
If they need
is not,
him to score that many, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Mhm.
Something's wrong.
Ray Ratto's going to join us. What's wrong? I'm sure he'll tell us. And he'll break down, among other things, the Las Vegas series, the A's and the Brewers. Ray Ratto is next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
The Steel City comes to town as the A's host the Pittsburgh Pirates for a thrilling 3-game series starting Monday, June 15th. Kick off the week with an exciting Monday matchup, followed by special theme nights and exclusive ballpark giveaways all midweek long. Don't miss your chance to catch rare interleague action right here in Sacramento, where the A's take on the Pittsburgh Pirates starting Monday, June 15th. Get tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power In Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee pack-out, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 64, Montana's Monster Day.
The site was Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. The Falcons were the opponent, and Atlanta had absolutely no answer for Joe Montana, Jerry Rice and the 49ers. The final score was 45-35 San Francisco, but in between, Montana found Mike Sherrard for a touchdown. He also found Jerry Rice for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 touchdowns. All told, Joe Montana threw for 476 yards and 6 touchdowns, one of his best days of his Hall of Fame career.
Faithful Flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Sometimes we like to find out what exactly is going on in the Bay Area, so we like to talk to somebody who's really plugged in there, a great writer out of the Bay Area. But Matt Barrows wasn't available today. So Jay said, well, I don't know what we're going to do. He settled on our next guest from the Defector, a long-time Northern California sports writing and sports talk legend, Ray Ratto. How are you today, Ray?
I'll be honest. Talking to your producer is one of the great joys of my day, but it lasts about 15 seconds, and then I deal with you idiots.
Oh, he's in a good mood today, I can tell, because of that Giants walk-off. How about those Giants? Is Jung-Hoo Lee, Ray, maybe the best hitter on the planet right now?
Yes. What's your next question? I mean, look, they managed to walk off a team that is going to finish like 10th in the league this year at home to salvage one game out of a series in which they were boat raced in the other two. I mean, Jung-Hoo Lee, good on him. I hope he hits 800, but it's not going to make any difference between the 96th loss and the 97th loss.
Ray is fired up.
Ray, it's good to hear from you, Ray. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I was reading the Bible, and now I'm dealing with you. My day is so in the toilet that the plumber's got to be called.
Ray, I wanted to talk about Tony Vitello a little bit, but not necessarily what he has or hasn't done or what tools Buster Posey gave him. Do you feel, I know there was a couple people talking to start the season, do you feel like from what you've seen throughout your time covering baseball, did you feel like Buster Posey broke any, I don't know, unwritten rules bringing in somebody like Tony Vitello, or that maybe baseball would have felt like Buster Posey broke some unwritten rules?
There are no unwritten rules. You do whatever you want, but you never hire a guy who cannot pronounce his last name correctly. I mean, if you're an Italian, that name is Vitello. It's not Vitello. I mean, you know, it's basically like finding somebody in rural Alabama and saying, what's that country that's shaped like a boot? And they will absolutely say, well, that's where the Italians live. You know, so right away I was suspicious. But I think in terms of everything else, the one thing you can say about him is that he handles his pitching staff as though he were still in college. And that is the recipe for disaster. Now, a lot of it, you know, a lot of their struggles are they don't hit very well. You know, that's a roster construction problem. But in terms of him, you know, I just think he needed to hire a veteran pitching coach and give him the reins and say, do with this whatever you want until I figure it out. They didn't do that. And so now he's leaving in guys too long, or he's pitching guys 3 days in a row. I mean, just stuff that you don't understand if you play 70 games a year, but that you do understand if you play 162.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that jumps out to me, is that he's utterly unprepared for that, because it is the one job in baseball that the general manager in the front office hasn't seized on yet. You know, it's the one place where you have some autonomy, and he's screwing that up.
Do you think it's fair to say, Ray, that so far Tony Vitello is making Gabe Kapler look like Gene Mauch by comparison?
Gene Mauch. Now there's a reference that I really think resonates with your listeners, as long as your listeners are in a home.
That was for you. It was for you.
Gene. Well, why didn't you say Charlie Dressen? I mean, or Miller Huggins.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, see, Whitey, this is why you don't have morning drive.
Oh, is it?
You could be golfing this afternoon.
Right. He's right.
No, but I think that, Gabe Kapler was his own issue. But again, the main problem there was that you cannot, put a top hat on a toad. It's just they didn't have a great team. And other than the 1 year that all their fringe players, and that was the entire roster, all had career years at the same time, it was a dreadfully average team that got the results they deserved. This team, I think probably, in a normal year would be, finish like 75 and 87. But they're doing much poorer than that so far. And they managed to do the one thing that is rare, is that they've managed to piss off Giants fans.
Yeah.
Because Giants fans will eat nearly anything. Mm-hmm. But they apparently have balked at this particular item on the menu. And I think it's turned into just sort of this mudslide of loathing that I don't know if they can pull themselves out of.
Hey, walk-off win for the Giants today, though, huh?
Yeah. That's all that matters, Ray. I'll get you a crab sandwich, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. I just got off the phone with the Chamber of Commerce. They're making room for the parade.
Yep. That's right. We hang banners. Ray, let's get to the other team that used to play in the Bay Area. Now they're out here on their way to Vegas, but they're currently in Vegas. You wrote a piece in the Defector about the A's and this showcase in Vegas, you would call it. I think Whitey would call it a low case. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Am I onto something, Ray? Yeah. Well, what did you think about it out there besides the fact that they're basically playing in space and they're hitting 5,000 home runs a game?
They knew this going in. I mean, I can't wait for the weekend with Colorado, which had the old launching pad. And you've got like a mediocre pitching staff with the A's and a horrific pitching staff with the Rockies. 15-14 might be the pitcher's duel that weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be hilarious. But look, they've made a joke of this operation for years now. And the best thing about it is that they ended up in Yolo County. I mean, that's their high point in the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. And when they leave Yolo County and they go down there to this garden shed of a ballpark, they're going to find out pretty quickly that people are not going to come out, 30,000 at a time to sit in 108-degree weather at 9 p.m. while the wind is blowing out of the north at 60 miles an hour. I mean, and they've also picked a great time to go there because Vegas is in a profound economic depression because the economy is, for gambling is now, you can do that on your phone in your underwear, so you don't have to go to the casino. I mean, so they've screwed themselves so many ways that you sort of almost feel sorry for the players themselves because they're locked into this vortex of hell that they'll never escape unless they leave. And on their face, they're an interesting team to watch. At least the hitters are. Between Kurtz and Langoliers and Soderstrom, and even though Rooker's having a brutal year, he's a hitter. They've got talent there, but it's sort of who cares? It's they've screwed themselves from the top in so many ways that there is no escape. Even when they get to Vegas, there's no escape. Mm-hmm. They're the St. Louis Browns for the next 30 years.
Oh, there's a fresh reference.
Getting away from
there you go with the fresh references, Ray.
I was aiming for you because I know your producer just quit.
Bobo Newsom ain't coming through that door, Ray. But let me ask you before we wrap things up here. Sacramento supposedly embraces the A's because it gives the city a chance to show MLB, look what we could do if you gave us our own team. So if baseball expands, which I know is a big if right now, Which city do you think gets the West team? Supposedly an East team, a West team. Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, Vancouver, or is Vallejo also still in the running?
Actually, Fairfield is making a run.
Okay, good. It's windy there.
Well, I think if you do what Major League Baseball is likely to do, is they're going to go to the place with the available real estate, because that's what is going to drive up values. And they're going to look for the guy with the most money. And the guy with the most money almost certainly is in Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Vancouver is one of the wealthiest cities in North America. Which only figures since it is basically San Francisco, except if you take Lake Tahoe and move it 15 miles out of town. But they have incredible amounts of money. And even though the Mariners won't like it, it's better economically than Portland or Salt Lake City. And I don't make any judgments on Sacramento, A, because you're there in Sacramento, and B, I don't know, how many billionaires are ready to make a stand there.
Right.
But, I mean, I think if you forced me to pick a team out of that group, I'd say Vancouver is the likeliest, even though, they've got the 80-cent dollar, and, there's always issues with being a summer sport in a winter town. Mm-hmm. But, I think that's it. I mean, I would never have picked Vegas anyway, because I think, you're playing in 100-degree weather. Even if you're in a dome, people are not going to go outside to go back inside. I think Vegas is going to turn into a disaster. But of the remaining choices, I'd go Vancouver, Vallejo, Fairfield, Sacramento.
Well, how about that? Well, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed it, Ray. Thank you for your time. I know you have things to do. You're excited now about Stanley Cup, but it's great to catch up with you, even if just for a little bit, and we'd love to talk to you again very soon if there's any way you can make that possible for us.
I'm here for your producer.
All right. Thank you, sir. The one and only.
Bye, honey.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks, Ray.
Ray Rattle. And I knew he would get everybody fired up after that big Giants win.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
By the way, I think Sunday, the A's in Vegas, I believe it's a day game, and I think it's supposed to be 109 degrees.
That's why they're in Sacramento. It's preparing them.
And remember, Sacramento, it's so hot, you can't play there. 109 is the forecast for Sunday. Day game.
Was there a dome in their futuristic plan?
Yeah, with that weird thing. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
they had a dome,
yes.
But Sacramento did not have a dome.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Time just named the most influential people in sports. So let's kick this around. Who are the most influential people in Sacramento sports? Next, Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Don't miss out on the biggest action sports event happening in Sacramento this June. Tickets are now live for MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026. See nearly 100 of the world's best skate, BMX, and Moto X athletes compete at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Music performances featuring electronic music icon Cascade on Friday, June 26th, and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard, and music producer DJ Subtronics on Saturday, June 27th. Score your tickets today at xgames.com.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Sky Rizzy, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY to learn more.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Our thanks to Ray Ratto for mentioning the St. Louis Browns. And then Tony Ray Harvey joins us in the chat, says, I just got a Satchel Paige St. Louis Browns 1953 jersey, number 29. There you go.
I need that, Tone.
That's dope.
I'm going to need that.
Man.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to need that.
Never look behind you. Somebody may be gaining on you. I think that was his famous saying, Satchel Paige.
I like that.
Never look behind you. Somebody might be gaining on you. I think that's what he said. Anyway, you know, Time Magazine just came out with some list of the 100 most influential people in sports. I glanced at it. They don't rank them. They just have 100 people. They have different categories. And, you know, LeBron's on there and Ohtani and Steph Curry and just about everybody you'd think of. And a lot of people that I know I would not have thought of. And Jay was the one who brought it to our attention. But it got me to wondering if we were to put together a top 10 or top 25 even, I don't know, the most influential people in Sacramento sports right now, who do you think should be on the list? If you have any thoughts on the chat here or text line or 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, I'd love to know what you think. And Jay has done us the honor of putting together a preliminary list anyway.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on that off the top of your head?
I want to hear Jay's.
Okay. All right.
Is this just athletes?
I didn't do just athletes.
Influential in sports. So.
Okay, so I'm waiting to see. I know it's only been a couple years, but if Jay's got me an honorable mention or wherever he has me,
sure.
Is fine.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that because I just asked Whitey and I said, did you do a 10? He's like, now I got a couple in my head. And I'm like, well, maybe I went overboard because I got about 15.
Okay. I'm glad you did. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So I have like a 10 and then I have some honorable mentions. So I'll start with a couple of honorable mention. And the way I took it is if you are in some form or fashion, tied to Sacramento, meaning you're from here, you played here, you're currently playing here. If you have something to do with the ongoing sagas of us trying to get Pac-12, or if you're trying to get a new ballpark or arena, all those different type of things. So with that being said, couple of honorable mentions. I have the Sac-12.
Okay.
Put them together. The Sac-12.
Uh-huh.
I've got the Sacramento Pitch, of course.
Oh,
the new group looking for.
These are honorable mentions.
These are honorable mentions.
Okay.
Yeah, these are honorable mentions. I've got the great David Garibaldi.
Wow.
You know about David Garibaldi? It feels like he's at every NBA, football, baseball stadium throughout the world painting something when it comes to sports, right?
Yeah, and
super
he can do those
influential.
really great paintings in just an instant.
Just
right?
a matter of
quick
seconds, right?
Uh-huh.
So I have him on there. I've got a Logan Webb.
Oh, very
Shouts
good.
out to the Giants, for all the people to say I hate on the Giants, especially now with the new podcast. I've got Dusty Baker.
I also had Dusty.
Yeah, who's super influential.
Yeah.
Of course,
By the
Negro
way-
Leagues Baseball Museum, all that good stuff.
For the record, Ray Ratto said that Jung Hoo Lee was the best hitter on the
Yeah,
planet.
he did.
Yeah.
And then he just kept it pushing.
Kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
It's there. I got Carl Granderson, football player for the Saints. He does a lot, very influential. And last one, honorable mention, I have Brandon Ayuk.
Wow.
Rockland
That's
guy,
right.
Sierra.
That's right,
Tied to
Sierra.
Sacramento.
Yeah. So those are all honorable
Those are
mention?
honorable mention for me.
Okay, yeah, because I had Dusty on my proper list.
Okay.
We'll do yours first.
All right, here you go. Top 10.
Uh-huh.
Not in no order. I got Ryder Lyons.
Oh.
Former football player, Folsom High, now at BYU. They created a full-on show at ESPN to follow this dude around.
Uh-huh.
This dude, now he's kind of been in the college football mechanism. He's followed, we'll see how it goes. But for a while, he was the number one guy in high school football for a long time.
This is all time for you, Jay?
No, this is current. We're only doing current right
current.
now.
Yeah.
This is
Only
current.
You can slice it any way you want.
Yeah,
but
do it any
okay.
way you want to.
Yeah.
All right, Jared McCain. Dude's got 2 million followers on Instagram.
Nice.
Super influential. No matter if you like it or dislike it, the dude is out there. People care about who he is.
Now, hold a minute. Hold on.
All right.
The Jared McCain, what are we doing with, what's the rules on this? Depending on how much time you spent in
I just
Sac.
said, I laid it out there in the beginning. For me, I took it as if you are tied to Sacramento in any form, shape, or fashion. You don't have to be born and raised from here.
Or you don't have to go to high school. You didn't go? Okay.
Yeah, he went to high school here, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying you could be tied to Sacramento in any form, fashion when it comes to sports. You could play, you could coach, you could be a part of it, you could be a host like Whitey's, not from Sacramento, but of course he's Sacramento.
Benicia.
There you go. Matt Barnes. Benicia. I got Matt Barnes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Matt Barnes is super influential with the podcast. He's got his own little niche.
Yeah.
Cam
Scatteraboo.
Thank
you. Very good. Our buddy Guru always used to say I was from Vacaville. I was like, what are you talking about? You're from Vacaville, right? No, and I wasn't from Vacaville the last time you said I was from Vacaville.
That's my bad.
That sounds like him, too. Here we go. Russell Westbrook, super influential.
Oh, yeah.
Out in the building.
Uh-huh.
You know it is. I got DeMar DeRozan. I've got the great Jerry Reynolds.
Wow.
What people say, what Jerry talks is gospel in Sacramento. I've got Dr. Woods, Sac State president.
Polarizing.
Me too.
I think
Very
he's right now,
polarizing.
over the last year or so, he's been everywhere, albeit some things may be positive, negative, depending on how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Vivek Ranadive.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, again, same thing, polarizing.
Yep.
And then my last one was the Wilton Rancheria Tribe.
Nice.
Owner of Sky River.
Right.
They are everywhere. When you talk about sports in Sacramento, they have put their hand, footprint, whatever you wanted, their fingerprint, their thumb. They're on top of everything when it comes to Sacramento sports right now. They are invested.
Yep.
I'm just looking to see if we can get the name of the tribe. But
The Wilton Rancheria Tribe.
yeah. but they're a tribe of Miwok.
Miwok.
Yeah.
Descendant of Miwok.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. I was looking at it maybe a little differently. I was looking at people with the most influence on sports that are in the community now and their influence on the community.
Right, but however you slice it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I also had Dr. Wood, I had Vivek, I had Dusty. I've got, I don't know who, but somebody from Sac Republic. And I don't know who the point person would be or who I would choose there. So I need to do more research on that. But clearly, whoever's running things there, coming up with a new stadium, that they belong in the list. Mayor McCarty, Mayor Guerrero, and also Scott Moak I have on there, and also Tom Morton and the Mortons.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The Morton family got their fingerprints on a lot of things going on in Sac.
Absolutely. And, of course, Frank LaRosa. Put his on next year.
That a boy?
If you fall down, get up.
Yeah.
So I really
sunscreen.
Yeah.
I like
we
both
have to
lists.
put you on the spot, but if you have any, we'd love to know what they are. But
well, I think it's Logan Webb probably, not just because he's a giant, but I mean he's one of the most well-known players. Hey, where's Aaron Judge?
He's not from here.
I'm just checking.
He's too far. He's too far.
I never know what.
You want
Aaron
to think
Judge.
about it for just a second?
Let's think about it for just a second.
Thank you, Jay. That was an outstanding
Great
list.
job, Jay.
Yeah, we're back with more on that. Also, Domas and the Hornets. Is that even a thing? We're back with that and more next on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and Scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing Scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing Scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at T-Mobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back. Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on bare tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
I think Scott Perry certainly belongs on our list, doesn't he? We were just talking about the most influential sports people in Sacramento because Time Magazine has a top 100. Is theirs in the world? I think there's in the world, whatever it is. So we've just been throwing that around. Jay came up with a great list. And before we get back to Domas and these trade talks, Alan said he had a few thoughts he wanted to share. This is something I'm sure we're going to be revisiting in the weeks to come. What do you got, Alan? You working on a top 10 or a top 25 or?
Right now,
we wouldn't have it today, but I think we got to aim for at least 50. Not right now.
50?
Yeah.
But is it all time or current? Or do we start with current and all time?
I'm going to, since you're the honorary mayor of the City of Trees, I'm going to follow your lead on that.
All right, I got my 10.
Okay.
These are current. Let's make sure we put those out there.
It's current. Because that's where we at. Living in the present.
Yeah.
This is in no...
Do you have any honorary mentions?
I'll put De'Aaron Fox in my honorary mention.
Honorable mention. How about Carmichael Dave? Is he getting any?
You'll hear about Carmichael Dave.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay?
Really?
So this is in no particular order.
All right.
We just getting straight to it. We're going to go with Vivek Ranadive. He's on the list. Okay, Vivek Ranadive. We know what it is. We also are going to go with both mayors. Mayor Sacramento, Mayor West Sacramento. So that's
Cardi
2 spots right there. That's
yeah.
right. Next, we're going to go with my guy.
Your guy.
Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
Dusty Baker. He was there at the Sacramento pitch. A lot of different things going
get him
on.
To talk about his book.
Yeah, we'll work with Dusty. I can talk to
Jay.
Dusty.
Yeah, that's great. Jay, do you think we can get Dusty on?
I got you. I got Dusty on.
Next on the list.
He likes you, man. He's a Whitey fan.
Yeah, me too. Next on the list, we got Doug Christie. Okay, I got Doug
DC.
Christie on the list. After that, I'm going to kind of just get through all the Kings right now. Scott Perry is on that list. He's got to be. Okay. Now we're going to go with some legends here. We're going to go with G-Man.
Yeah.
G-Man gets on the list.
Thought about G-Man.
Yeah.
Next, like I said, I'll get through all the Kings. Jerry Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry Reynolds on the list. As I mentioned before the break, we're going to go with Logan Webb. Okay, Logan Webb is on the list. So that leaves 2 more, if my math is correct. That leaves 2 more.
Yes.
And we're going to go with my guy.
Your guy.
Who got me lit up at the Sacramento pitch. If someone's going to make it happen.
Oh, okay.
And Sacramento gets this team, it will be because of Barry Broom.
Barry Broom.
Give me Barry Broom.
Okay.
President and CEO at the Greater Sacramento Economic Council.
Barry Broom had Alan more fired up than 6 Celsius.
He really did.
For what?
I mean, the way, hey, what did he say? We got to believe.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Barry Broom gets on the list. And last but not least, I'm going to give him his flowers because I'm tough on this guy a lot, man.
Uh-oh.
But when he talks, people listen. I'm going to go with my guy.
Your guy.
Carmichael Dave.
CD.
Carmichael Dave is on the list, man. Stop playing with him. Carmichael Dave is rounding out my top 10. I had a nice conversation with Carmichael Dave.
Do you owe him money or something?
Before the show, Dave and I, we spoke a decent bit when I was doing midday. He would tell me a lot of different things and kind of direct me in certain areas.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the change, don't get to see him as much. Said they had a really long show meeting. So, and I was also showing up a bit early today. So our paths crossed, and we haven't talked in person in a very, very long time. So I got to see Carmichael Dave, and I know I give him a hard time, but like I said, when that man talks, people listen. Carmichael Dave round out my top 10, baby.
Man, he's laying that on pretty thick, isn't he, Jay? I mean, it's one thing to put him on the list, but then I'm going to need 3 minutes to explain why I put Dave on my list.
30 seconds.
It's fondant. That thing is thicker than fondant right now,
30
baby.
seconds. So, look, for all the grief I give him, I'll give him a little bit of love, and that's it. Not too much.
I love it. I forgot, I was going to say Angelique Ashby, huge proponent of sports in Sacramento. I think she's on there for me, too. Honorable mention. And you already you threw out the Morton family.
Yeah.
Absolutely, too.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful one.
Logical Raptors Fanatics says, I like Alan's list. He did send that before you had completed your list, but probably still
it was
like
Barry Broom. That's what did it. Apparently, guys, from the 209 Stockton, because Dave and I very similar. Go back and forth with people on the text line. Love to do that. 209 says, Jay, please tell Dave that Judge isn't from Sac. We argue about that all the time.
He's not.
I've never really heard that he's from Sac. I just know it's a bit adjacent at times. But I've
Fireball is not adjacent to Sacramento.
No, that's Josh
That's
Allen.
Josh Allen, right?
Yeah. Judge is
Linden.
Linden.
Yeah, sorry, Linden.
That's not me. I wouldn't know. But I'm just saying people.
Who brought him up? Who brought up Aaron Judge on the show?
On what show?
On this show. You're saying.
That was me.
You said it, yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
But I was bringing it up as a conversation piece.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not as saying whether he was or wasn't from Sacramento. That's why I asked the question.
That's too far.
I just asked the question.
Too far for me.
I mean, you go out to the Bay. Sometimes they say Aaron Judge, he's kind of, Bay Area adjacent. Come on.
That's because you guys wanted him on the Giants.
That's right.
Yeah. Linden's part of the Valley, right? You say the Valley? I don't know.
Yeah, he's Valley.
I don't know.
He's kind of middle of nowhere.
McCain was a good pick by you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no matter if you dislike him or like him or care for him or root for him, whatever, he's influential. Like, people are paying attention to what he does.
He is. Hey. He is. Right. And it gets a little squirrely for me and this is not to go in, not to take it all the way there, but what represents, it's a difference because you said, Jay, if you have any connection to Sacramento, but just on its face, what shows or what is the main piece that is the, I guess, number one asset or piece of where you're from, right? Is it where you went to high school? And I'm not talking about like Army brats, but or military brats, but is it where you went to high school? Because as far as I know, Jared McCain wasn't in Sacramento for a very long time. So is he from Sac? I don't know.
Well,
no.
Like Dusty's from Riverside.
Right.
But he went to high school here, and he claims Sacramento as his home.
Yes. And now he's eclipsed his time on this planet in Sacramento versus, or Northern California in Sacramento versus his time in Riverside.
Real quick, the thing I think a lot of people either forget or don't realize about Dusty, he was a great manager. Man, he could hit. Dusty Baker
He was a good ball player, right?
Yeah. He was a great hitter and outfielder.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I think his son is still in the national system, if I'm not mistaken.
I know he was at one time.
I know he was. Yeah. Like I was born in Virginia.
Right.
We moved out here when I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't tell any. I don't think I'm from Virginia. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, McCain was born here.
Yeah.
Right? And played in SoCal high school ball.
Right.
Right.
Like they're probably making lists in Virginia, in Norfolk, Virginia, about most influential sports people, and I might be on that list.
That boy. Yeah, I mean, you and Iverson and
Iverson, yeah. We all
Michael
out there.
Vick.
We all out there. What's up, Whitey?
Nothing.
Dante Hall, there's a few other people.
Yeah, I mean, we got a nice
seeing,
group.
like, I don't know why, but like right here, like throbbing right now.
And there's some musicians from out there too. Missy Elliott,
Yeah, Chris
Clips.
Brown, Timberland.
That's right, Timberland.
Yeah.
So we got it all.
We?
Genuine, right? And Trey Songz from there, if I'm not mistaken.
Come on. Yeah, come on, Whitey.
No, that's great.
I think it's the good part is funny, Whitey, was when you put that in the text thread, I looked at it and I was like, man, do we have influential sports figures that are in or around Sacramento currently? And I think the very first thing I text to both of you is all time, or are we talking about current? Because I was like, I'm not sure. But then as I started to think about it, and I said, I'm just jotted down a few things. It started to kind of roll off my mind. Like, wait a minute, Dr. Woods right now.
Yeah.
In the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Like his name has been everywhere through college football.
One of the first names I thought of too.
Yeah, like he's been everywhere. I mean, he got into the spat with Montana.
Yeah.
The Sac-12. He's kind of come into Sacramento State and changed things. They've had, I mean, it wasn't the best thing. I don't want to bring it up, but remember last year, Sac State had a little situation with the music artist. Like that was out there. So like, influential could be bad or good.
Right.
But it means people are paying attention for me.
You bring up President Wood's name, you're getting an opinion.
Oh, for sure.
And it's probably a strong one.
Yes.
In either direction. It's polarizing.
Yeah.
Very much
one
so.
of the most polarizing guys right now.
Because he's influential.
That's right.
Yeah.
He is out and about.
With your help, we'll continue to work away on this list. I think we're going to end up with a really nice one, as long as Jay takes the lead on it.
No. I think it's we leave it to the city and the surrounding areas, the Lindens of the world, the Lindens of the world, to put it out there, and then maybe we create, a top 25, and we can vote on it. But I do think it's something that we can build some legs throughout the summer, fellas, and everybody that's listening. 916-339-1140. Let us know who we forgot.
There's so many people. Who was just talking about this? Oh, I was watching the A's game last night, and they were talking about Gasser, the pitcher for the Brewers, is from Oak Ridge.
Really?
They were saying, the only other player to go to that high school is a major leaguer, FP Santangelo. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And then Dallas Braden started talking about the Valley, Sacramento area is a hotbed for Major League talent.
Oh, baseball?
Yeah. So if we got into that, I'm sure we would. There's Jerry Weinstein. There's a ton of people.
Yeah. I mean,
whose
Reese
names
Hoskins.
would just-
Like even football, I was thinking Deron Bland was hot for a very long time, with Cowboys and all that stuff. He's
We didn't
Sacramento
mention
State
Lance
people.
Briggs.
We ain't talking about Lance. But see, I think that's all time.
Right.
I think if we're talking about current,
Yeah.
Lance is kind of out of sight, out of mind
Sure,
right now. But,
sure.
we're talking about all time. We got to start. There's some big names you have to start to think about, and people who have played here. Because, where's Kenny? I throw this out there real fast. Where does Kenny Smith sit?
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely got ties to Sacramento.
Right.
I mean, he's on the number one NBA show probably in the world, right?
Yeah.
Is he influential? Probably so.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he sit?
By the way, Jay, I have a friend who's trying to get Eric Armstead, and I don't know that he's going to be able to. Is there any way you could help out my friend? Get in touch
As a
with
guest?
Eric Armstead.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
He's getting ready to do something here in the summer.
I always hear that. Right. There's always the camp, and then I'll shoot him the DM. Hey, Eric. Hey, E.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. There's no E.
That's not how you spell his name.
Now, wonder he's been ignoring you.
Figured that out.
No, hey.
He's been keeping you on read. There's no E.
What's up, A? A to A?
You know who's going to get mad? Is your boy.
Who?
The person that you just, glamorized over the last 2
Why?
minutes. That's his guy.
He been on the show?
Plenty of times.
Eric Armstead?
Yeah, that's his guy.
On morning show?
Of course.
Yeah, we can share.
I had him on a show once here in town.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get him.
Man, he is massive.
You had him in the building?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a big dog.
I lined up against him, and it was like, oh, my
I could show him some of my moves, too. I could show him, you know, hey.
Hey, E, watch this.
Hey, E.
He gonna turn around. Who are you talking to?
First, he's going to look down. Who is?
Why you keep calling me that? All right, Alan. Domas and the Hornets.
That's E.
We started the show. We started the show talking about Domas and the Hornets. Is it a thing? Is it even a thing now?
I mean, I guess.
Now that we've been over it. We've looked at it. We talked to Lyle Murray.
Yeah. Sounds like now there's a counter. I don't know if that word is report or whatever you want to call it.
There's a counter. No, I think we also, as we've discussed it here, have offered a counter notion or two.
Yeah, their counter notes saying that this could be strategic. And I would assume, fellas, the same way we talked about it. Hey, if you're trying to get the Raptors. Now, the problem is if it gets out that it's strategic, then it's not helping.
Right.
It has to seem legitimate.
Right.
So if whoever is putting out information and saying, hey, the Kings and Hornets could have something cooking, then more information comes out that says, actually, this is a smokescreen and the Kings are just using it to get other teams interested. Well, now the initial note of why this information came out is useless, is completely useless. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know what to believe at this point.
Yeah, I am just not. And this is what I said when we first started talking about it. And who knows? We'll find out one way or the other. I just thought that maybe we were all, myself included, overreacting to it a little bit because, again, there's that vacuum. We want information, and then you get this little shred of what might be information, and it gets sucked up into the vacuum like, oh, look at that. Mm-hmm. But I just don't know that there's anything there. It's curious how this follows closely this notion that got floated back out there again about how, the Kings are open to trading some of their big contracts, which anybody knew who had half a clue. So it looks like there's a pattern here of someone, potentially for the benefit of the franchises, just, escorting these narratives out into the light. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just you got to be careful about putting too much stock in any of it.
Right. So you have that, but then on the other side of it, you have another entity out there saying, no, the Kings, they're just posturing, trying to get other teams to bite, right? Which we clearly, whatever that came from, I don't want to say clearly because I said I wouldn't do that to start the show. We're fairly sure that ain't from the Kings because why would they step on their own feet and say, hey, by the way, we're going to put this out, but also we don't really have anything with the Hornets. We just want other teams to get interested. So
I'm quite sure if Sam's reporting it and others are reporting it that they did talk, but it could be just a matter of the Kings calling the Hornets saying, what do you think? How about this? I'll be interested to see what, if anything, comes back around to us from Charlotte. I was checking the Observer earlier today, and right now they're just not that concerned with the Hornets. But we'll see what, if anything, comes out of their end of it.
Yeah, and it also just turns into, hey, it could be all strategic, and as we mentioned before, a lot of times Sam gets this stuff when it is paused in some capacity. That doesn't mean it won't restart, but as of right now, it's paused because he ain't going to get it while they're in talks because they don't want it to get blown up. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's a great point.
Since it's on, some version of pause, and now you have people, the idea of it coming out that, hey, it ain't going to restart, or it won't restart in a serious capacity because it's done, but the Kings wanted that to get out, so the basketball world would know there is interest in Domantas Sabonis, which that part of it is fine.
Yeah.
But when you start getting into when now, we're debunking the idea that it is serious and they're just using it, well, now the Kings' plan is kind of getting is kind of getting stepped on a bit.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I was running about it then when we talked to Lyle Murray from The Athletic, and you'll want to check out that interview on Sactownsports.com when he says, I just don't see it from Charlotte's standpoint. The more I think about that, I Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I also am having a hard time seeing why, from Charlotte's standpoint, they would be like, ooh, we need Domas. That's what would put us over the top. We're going to give up a future first-round draft pick to get Domas right now. I don't see it, Alan. No disrespect to anybody. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, somebody said on the text line, they said that he can, from the rebounds, kind of start the break for Charlotte. But I don't know the way.
But
LaMelo,
they just weren't they're not a bad rebounding team now.
Yeah,
and not like that's a glaring need or anything.
Right, and the way that they go about it, LaMelo wants that ball. They don't need need Domantas Sabonis to start the break. They would rather just have LaMelo do it.
They're a pretty good offensive team. They don't need to bring in a new feature that's going to potentially disrupt something that they're really good at.
Yeah.
So.
If you were to ask me what is it that the Hornets need, I know somebody said it feels like the Hornets need more of a defensive center. But, yeah, it's just so early on with them, and maybe it is more of a defensive presence. But if you were to ask me what they need, I might not be able to answer you, but I don't believe I would answer with Sabonis.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of it from their standpoint. And Jay's the big Hornets fan, has been for a long time. I'd rather have Kalkbrenner and Jabate than Sabonis right now, frankly.
Yeah.
He's a better player than them, but for what I'm doing, they're a better fit.
916, yeah, this was the note. Sabonis can trigger the break in Charlotte with his defensive rebounding. Yeah, I just don't think.
That's true, but I just don't think that's a problem for him.
Right.
Yeah. Here's a couple of numbers that we touched on earlier. These are just stunning numbers that the Knicks hope to reverse tonight, as we've got Game 4, of course, NBA Finals. The Knicks have been outscored in Brunson's minutes. When Brunson's been on the floor in the finals so far, the Knicks have been outscored by the Spurs by 13 points. That's counterintuitive at the very least, Alan.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
And then the other thing is Cat has not scored a point in the fourth quarter yet in this series.
And he's right there. I mean.
And they're leading the series.
Right. So that's what you kind of hang your hat on, right? Hey,
both teams can.
Both teams. But you're at home. How much does home court matter? We've discussed it. But hey, we're not even playing our best ball, and we can still make it happen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope.
By the way, Jay, we have this from This Week in Basketball talking about whether Kenny Smith should be considered one of the most influential sports figures in Sacramento.
Yeah.
This Week in Basketball says Kenny Smith doesn't rep Sac. He reps New York, so no, he's not influential at all. Shaq acts more influential because he'll at least keep Sacramento in the news. But the great Tony Ray Harvey says, didn't Kenny Smith refurbish some basketball courts around Sacramento? I recall he's asking. That would certainly
don't remember.
Speak to how influential he's been.
Yeah,
we'll have to look into that, Tony. Thank you.
I get it. He's a New York guy, so he's always going to rep NY, right? And Carolina, UNC, and the Rockets. But I'm just saying if we're putting him on, he deserves a conversation, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
yeah.
To each their own. Perception is reality. So I get what you're saying.
I think that's part of the process is what about this guy? Because he did this. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, that's.
Shaq is an interesting one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's part owner and
General manager of the Sac State basketball program.
That's a good point. What was that, This Week in Basketball?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
Listen, This Week in Basketball, kick that out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we put him on the long ballot, not the short ballot, the long ballot.
By the way, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Hornets were 5th in rebounds per game.
Wow.
Yeah,
5th.
and their offensive and defensive rebound percentages were solid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the thing. If they're like, man, they just need more possessions. Oh, they got to get Domas. Otherwise, I don't see why in the world they would call the Kings. So it looks like, the Kings have been in contact with Charlotte, but Charlotte's like, according to the report, let's talk again after the draft. There's no way they're going to give you one of their first-round picks for Domantas Sabonis.
Just for fun, going to the 5 worst in the NBA this past season, Nets were worst. The Clippers
in
rebounding. Clippers were second to last. Bucks were third to last. Lakers were fourth to last. Last one.
Kings.
The Toronto Raptors. Maybe there's something there.
Maybe.
But the Hornets don't need that help.
Nets.
That's what I'm saying.
That conversation.
Yep.
Michael Porter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You're an MPJ guy, aren't you?
Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah.
I don't Think so.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. That's why I asked.
I don't remember that one.
He looked at you like the same thing with in style, out of style. Yeah.
Don't do that, Jay. Don't do that.
What's Cooking features a stew of the NBA's best funnels moments ever. And we're cooking that up for you next, right here on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Gusty north breeze overnight in the valley, but Thursday the wind dies down quickly. It's going to be a hot day, though, with temperatures starting in the mid-60s, ending up in the triple digits. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Mark your calendars because MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is landing at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Witness nearly 100 of the world's best athletes compete in skate, BMX, and Moto X events and catch live music performances by global electronic music icon Cascade on Friday night and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard and electronic music producer and DJ Subtronics on Saturday night. Don't miss MoonPay X Games. Lock in your tickets now at xgames.com.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for wimps.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners, because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
What's cooking? Before we get to today's tastiest dish, we have confirmation now. Thank you, Tony Ray Harvey, Says, yes, Kenny Smith did refurbish a local basketball court with Coors Light full court refresh program, and then CBS
dope.
Sacramento did a story. So, yes, Kenny Smith has been involved in the community. I'm not sure when that was, but you smell something cooking, Alan, right now?
I think I do.
Yeah. Hopefully what's cooking is a great NBA Finals. Hopefully what's cooking is a series that's going to give us some more memorable moments the rest of the way, regardless of who wins.
I like a certain team to win.
I know you would, and I would too. What do you think has happened so far, if anything, in these finals that you think you'll remember, maybe put up there when you think of the finals in the future? That series between the Spurs and the Knicks, I'll never forget.
Wemby mushing Jalen Brunson in the face.
Mm-hmm. Seriously?
Yeah, right now, I don't know. They haven't, and we said this before Game 3. I know Castle had a good game, a really good game.
I think Castle's shot is probably one that'll stand out.
But I don't know that maybe it's just we need to get deeper in the series before we have that answer.
Mm-hmm. This is what's cooking up today. This stew of the NBA's best final moments ever. This is from Bleacher Report. See what you guys think of this. To me, this is much too geared towards more recent things, but I understand that. But here's what they have. Number 10, Tyrese Halliburton game winner, game 1 of the 2025 finals. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Number 9, Kevin Durant's deja vu daggers in 2017 and 2018.
Yep.
I remember, I think 2017 is the one that I'll remember most of all, because I think LeBron was right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's it. We just won. Number 8, they got Dirk Nowitzki caps the Mavs rally with a game-winning layup in 2011. I don't remember that. I remember the series, but I can't honestly say. It doesn't really resonate with me. Big Shot Bob's clutch 3 in Game 5 of the 2005 finals. Okay.
Like that one.
Spurs and the Pistons. Number 6, Ron Artest's series-clinching 3 in Game 7 of the 2010 finals.
Mm-hmm.
I might have been one of the few times I ever rooted for the Celtics.
I think a lot of people were rooting for the Celtics, and I thought the Celtics had it, to be honest, or going into the series. I thought they had it, and they did not.
So these are supposed to be the top 5 moments in NBA Finals history, most memorable moments. Do you remember these? How well do you remember them? Number 5, Allen Iverson, the clutch fadeaway, stepping over Tyronn Lue in 2001.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's my boy from VA. My VA brother.
Remember how as dominant as the Lakers were in those playoffs, it looked early on like, man, the Sixers they're keeping up with them.
Right. And you can't have the underdog conversation because they didn't win it.
Right.
But it probably would have been up there for biggest underdog to win a finals.
That team had...
I was going to say, have you guys looked at the roster just anytime recently?
I just remember
the 76ers
Eric
roster.
Snow, and I think he was hurt. He had a broken hand.
Aaron McKee, Temple Great was there. Dikembe, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the guys.
That team for a while early in the series, toe-to-toe with the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Number 4, I'll be honest, I remember this series. I don't remember Giannis Antetokounmpo's Game 4 blocks and Game 5 Valley Oop in 2021.
I remember that. I recently saw that. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I do remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm not making a commentary on it. I remember this series. When I read that, I was like, and I think maybe some of it was, that was, I think, played in August or something.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA Finals, because the schedule was all askew because of COVID. So maybe that's why I don't remember it as much.
Right.
I remember when they won, and I remember seeing how, him and Coach Budenholzer and they were so, Middleton, they were so happy. I remember that. Number 3, Ray Allen keeps Miami alive with a game-tying 3 in Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals.
Of course.
Yes.
That's the one where they were putting out the ropes and all that, right?
That is the one, Jay. I was just going to say that. Yeah. Let's see. Your Spurs were up 5. The Larry O'Brien was courtside awaiting the Spurs. The Velvet Ropes were up. Many Heat fans had already left. But the Heat came back.
Man.
Won the game, won the series.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously everybody remembers that one.
Number 2, Kyrie Irving, Game 7 winner against the Warriors in 2016.
Yeah, that one was cool. That one was cool. So now we know what. So I don't know. Really, both of them are going to be 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Block.
Mm-hmm. Number 1, LeBron's chase down block, Game 7 of the 2016 finals. See, you can't have.
That's what I'm saying.
2 moments from that, and then another moment from another of the Cavs Warriors series in the top 10 as well.
That's a lot.
Little skewed too much towards the.
That's a lot.
Did I not hear the Jordan hand switch?
You did not,
Okay.
Jay. You didn't hear Michael Jordan. You didn't hear Magic Johnson. You didn't hear Larry Bird.
That's what Whitey was saying, though. Must have been a millennial or Gen Z who did this one. You know? Because they definitely didn't go to. Jerry probably would hate this list.
I don't hate it. I just feel like, no, go back and do it over.
Yeah. You're just forgetting some things. Yeah.
I would have thought Jordan was going to be number 1. I mean,
not even on it.
He's not even on the list.
Yeah, they probably need to have a kind of disclaimer in there. Hey, we went more recent.
Well, I will tell you this. I apologize.
Well, it does say century.
Yes. 10 best NBA Finals moments of
Come
the
on,
century.
Whitey. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
Try and get everybody fired up.
Right. Well, that's just, that's me. That's my old school bias. But you're right. Yeah.
So 2000 and on.
Yes. 10 best Finals moments of the century.
Because I was sitting there thinking, was Allen Houston's shot in the finals against the Spurs? Or was that Eastern Conference when that ball dribbled in for the Knicks? Was that a
Knicks
finals
Spurs?
game? Yeah.
That was 99.
Yeah,
so that would have been
missed
just outside. So if it's, and it is, this century, are you down with that list? They also have honorable mention, Kobe Bryant's overtime putback in Game 4 of the 2000 Finals.
I don't mind it for this century. I don't mind it.
Think about it.
But that's the thing. If they did KD for 1, they could have had LeBron, and they didn't want to poo-poo the block, but that's really what they should have done. You know what I'm saying? They should have just had, I know, right after each other, but if you're going to put KD once, then that game, just Cavs Game 7, but they want to show love to the block, of course.
Was Paul Pierce in the finals where he, quote unquote, got injured?
And in the wheelchair?
Rolled him back
needs to
in.
be on there.
That was finals, right?
Yeah. What really happened, Jay?
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll never know.
Have to ask Paul.
Yeah, we will never know.
He was hurting. That was finals, though, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Finals.
Yeah.
That was this century.
That was gutsy. That was courageous.
It was something. It was definitely something.
The problem is, Whitey, Allen, the first couple of this century were boring. Like the Nets getting beat up on, by the Spurs and the Lakers.
Yeah, I think you're talking about that period there, early 2000s, where the Spurs, they were a fantastic and fascinating team to watch, but nobody cared to watch them.
No, they're boring.
That team's boring.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because Tim Duncan was so understated or what. Beautiful basketball, but people were like, eh. And then, when you had, remember the Lakers? They beat the Kings, and it was the Lakers Nets.
As I said, the Nets were.
Yeah.
Spurs beat the Nets.
Weren't the Nets in the finals like back-to-back years?
Yeah. So say if the Spurs and the Lakers beat them. Lakers beat the Pacers, right, 4-2. That was the Jalen Rose one. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, when was Pistons Lakers? Nothing really came out of that.
04? Yeah. That should probably be in there just because it was such an upset, but we're talking about individual moments.
Big moments.
Yeah.
You could have even said, I know it's on the court, but even the KG, anything is possible. You could have had it.
Yeah.
You could have had those too.
I like that.
Yeah.
Steph, what they gonna say now? Or the night. Night could have been on.
There you go, Allen.
You're right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Instead of, come on, man. We're sitting here squinting. What? Dirk? What? What did he do? Oh, rip away. What?
Dirk's layup in 2011.
Huh?
I just
I don't remember it. I remember more of the step back, the fadeaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see who wrote that because I got my connects.
Wade
at
went
BR.
crazy. His first finals, right? With the Heat.
We'll come up with a better list than that.
We will.
That is our mission.
Who's the author of this?
Matt
Whitey?
Velasquez.
not one of my guys yet.
Okay.
I'm going to reach out.
All right. We'll fix that list with your help. We'll make it better. When we come back, somebody's going to get smacked hard by lottery reform, and let's just hope it's not the Kings. We'll see how the finals are going, too, next on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com.
Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for Chrysler's Make This the Summer events?
Right now, you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP on one of America's most popular trucks, the new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab. Plus, with an EPA estimated 22 mpg, you're going to save big at the pump.
That's so important, especially with the gas tax going up next month.
A new Ram could be what you need to cut your fuel costs long term. Plus, you'll enjoy best-in-class, luxurious cabin comfort in the most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. And with over 600 Rams available, you won't find a better selection of new Ram trucks in stock and ready for you to drive home today.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings after factory incentive and dealer discounts. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit for eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible trade-in, 500 Hoblet business owner bonus for verified business owners, and 9,500 dealer discount. 10th this net savings. See dealer for details.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power In Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee Packout, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, we were just talking about the greatest moments in the NBA Finals in this century, and we may have to clean that list up a little bit. But I mentioned that as we talked about the 2001 Finals and Allen Iverson's step over, I said early in that series, the overmatched Sixers were toe-to-toe with the Lakers. From Stockton, the 209, obviously a Laker apologist. Sixers won one game. I don't know about toe-to-toe with the Lakers. Well, sir or madam, I said early in that series, the Sixers went toe-to-toe with the Lakers. Let's check the numbers. Game 1 at Los Angeles, Philadelphia won. In Los Angeles, 107-101. Game 2 in Los Angeles, 98-89. The Lakers won but they only won by 9. Game 3, they go back to Philly, 96-91. Lakers won. And from there, the Lakers won by 14. Then they won by 12. They wrapped it up. Early in that series, the overmatched Sixers went toe-to-toe with the Lakers.
And you said early.
Standing on that.
Yeah, you said early in the series.
Yeah.
You did.
It was one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen.
But this comes back to the conversation that we had about series in general, right? Besides Game 7, with a lot of people say, man, Warriors, Cavs, that was one of the best series ever, maybe the best series ever. A lot of people say that. But at the same time, besides Game 7, they were all blowouts.
Mm-hmm.
So that versus, let's say today's a really good game. Tonight's a really good game with San Antonio and the Knicks. And let's say Knicks win. And let's say another really good game, Knicks win again. 5 close games. What was a better series? Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I think you can also slice it this way when you look at a past series. You could say that was a great series. Well, wait, it was one-sided. But sometimes it's great in terms of the significance of the series.
Right.
You know?
Right.
If it was like a huge upset or somebody, a great player, came into his own before our eyes, that can make that a great series, even if it wasn't the most competitive. Yeah. I would offer that theory up.
Yeah. Yeah. It just depends on what you like better,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Yeah. Here, Jay, to your point, the Sixers, here's who they played in that series. They had Allen Iverson, Dikembe Mutombo, Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, Tyrone Hill, Matt Geiger, Raja Bell, Todd McCullough, Jermaine Jones, Kevin Ollie, Rodney Buford, and George Lynch.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to them fellas, but that might be one of the thinnest finals rosters ever.
Mm-hmm. And AI carried him to the extent that he could. Only got one win.
A lot of aspirin.
Yeah.
After the games.
Why?
Because his back was hurting, man. His back was hurt.
Get the Advil.
Yeah, carrying that
bear.
That's it, man. That Aleve.
Do you guys remember that Destiny's Child performed there at halftime?
I don't.
No.
I think it was Game 2. Might have been Game 1. And they came out and they were in Philly. They had jerseys that were half Sixers and half Lakers. They were mercilessly booed in Philly.
They should have been.
Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, it's a national audience. We don't want to show any favoritism.
Right. That's...
You don't treat Kelly Rowland that way on my watch.
I'm glad you said that, Whitey. Okay, because we got into it. We got right into it yesterday. We got right into it today. We have not had any conversations about the Knicks fans and just how ridiculous and disgusting they've been.
I know. What is there to say? I hear a lot of people, they say, that's terrible. And it's true, but that doesn't do any good. Of course it's terrible, you know? We all want to go on the radio. Oh, I can't believe that happened. That's terrible. They shouldn't do that. Duh. I just don't know what else to do about it, Alan.
Well,
I don't disagree with you, but I just feel like, okay, I can shout about it. What? We all know that.
Sure. I would say for me, as somebody who picked Knicks in 6, I don't really have any connection to the Knicks, but, you know, my shtick of being a De'Aaron Fox hater, watching that kind of makes me want the Spurs to win. I'm going to be honest with you.
I saw a video today of some fan that was kind of cornered. I couldn't even watch it. I mean, I was starting to get sick watching it.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not going to watch that. It's just kind of unspeakable.
Right. That's all. I mean, but it's bad, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You're
right. You're right.
I don't know. I just felt like we hadn't said enough, or me personally hadn't said enough about it because, you know, that type of stuff matters. I mean, this is ridiculous. I saw somebody, and the reason you reminded me of it is because somebody said, probably from Philly, but they said, New York fans act the way people claim Philly fans act. Because I'll never forget, our guy, Bonte and Shasky, they went to one of the Niners-Eagles games in Philly.
It was the one where Brock Purdy got hurt.
I believe so.
In the NFC Championship game, yeah.
And I think they were getting, you know, cussed out or whatever, but, and not to speak for them, it felt like that was where it ended. Not to say that's good either, but this is completely over the top. Completely over the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
All right. No question about that. You know what else is going to be bad for somebody in the NBA? Not that bad. We're just talking sports bad. lottery reform, because the draft, as we all know, is supposed to help the weakest teams. That's why you have a draft. Oh, that team's terrible. Well, we'll let them pick first and maybe give them a chance to get better. But the weakest teams will now be punished by the draft. The weakest teams will be, well, you're going to get relegated. Why is that? Well, because the assumption is if you're that bad, you must be doing it on purpose.
Right.
But it's going to be harder for the truly worst teams if they're trying to win and can't win. Some teams are going to suffer multi-year setbacks. It's like, oh, we're trying to rebuild. We're so bad, we can't get the best picks. We're going to be stuck. I just hope that's not the Kings. And this is another thing looking ahead to next year. And this team's going to be better. That team's going to be better. Wins are going to be harder to come by for the whole league next year because you don't have a third of the league mailing it in.
Right.
And so when we try to figure out how good is this team going to be, that team going to be, I think there are going to be some surprises next year. I think December we're going to be looking at the standings going, man, I didn't see that coming, because you just don't know how different it's going to be when everybody's going to be trying.
I think that's a great note, though. And just the idea that, hey, if you're that bad, you must be trying to be bad. This thing is going to end next season, and there are going to be 3 really bad teams with worse odds. And I think Adam Silver, if you're going to give him true serum, probably thinks to himself, man, this was probably an overreaction. You know, why are you on their case because they're not good? Like, it all could have been so subjective. Hey, we know your roster is better than this. And that would have made more sense than we're just deciding. It could be the Kings, Whitey. What if a team is just decimated by injuries or whatever the case is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope it's not the Kings that get stuck in that vortex.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to come off like, oh, no, they were trying to play around and do this. Well, because we know that's not the case. So that's what's so funny about it. You essentially remove the, I guess, underlying theme of somebody losing on purpose, but then you're still going to bag on them and lessen their chances, even though you know they weren't losing on purpose because they did not want worse chances.
Mm-hmm.
It actually doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, because, like I said, it's just counter to the reason why you have a draft in the first place. But you're right. I mean, not to, belabor this because everybody's been over it, but you had rules in existence already to curb that, and they just chose not to enforce them.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to fine you $100,000. Big deal.
That's on them.
You can do more. You're allowed to do more.
Right.
But they decided, no, we're not going to follow the rules and enact the punishments that the rules say we can. We're going to change the rules completely. So it's just something I hope that it doesn't happen, especially to the Kings, but to any bad team that gets stuck in this. We're actually trying to win more games, and we can't get the players we need to get out of being relegated. You could be stuck in that for 3 years, in theory. But that won't happen here, right? Nah.
I don't know. I mean, if you were to pick 3 teams, what are the opposite odds? What are the opposite odds? Not total wins or anything like that. Who's going to make the playoffs? 3 teams most likely to be
the relegation sensation.
In the relegation sensation, according to Vegas. And that would just be the teams with the 3 lowest win totals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we sure the Kings won't be one of those teams? Are we sure?
Well, no, I'm not sure, and I don't want to be negative, but that's one reason I bring it up. They certainly would be a candidate, right?
They would definitely be a candidate.
Yeah. I'm
looking at what? Some of the usual suspects. I'm looking at not the Wizards. I'm looking at the Grizzlies. I don't know, Whitey.
Pelicans?
Maybe? Think about it. You'd have to throw the Kings in there. You'd have to. Just on paper.
Right. They would be a candidate. That's one reason I bring it up. As I look at it, it's like, man, that ain't right. Maybe the Suns, the Warriors, if they're not careful.
Worse in the league?
Well, just the older teams
that can't stay healthy. Yeah, it's going to be tight.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for being with us. Alan, you're back with us tomorrow, right?
We are rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks aren't rolling. They're down 10 again.
Really?
Early.
That's what happens in this series. So Brunson's, minus 13?
It's just turnovers. It's 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Long ways to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jay, you're rooting for the Knicks in this, aren't you?
Yeah.
You were hoping for his.
We're on the same page. We both know why. We both know why. We both know
Why?
why.
Alan, say it for me.
We both know why. You know, it's just about the former player thing. You know, it's Mike Brown. You know, Mike Brown.
How's
yeah.
He's
on the
rolling
board.
along?
He's on the board.
And the free throw.
Yeah, with a couple free throws, so he's on the board. But that, you know why. You know why I'm here.
Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it very much. We're back with you tomorrow. Stick around. More outstanding sports talk to come. Where else but right here on Sactown Sports?